Let's kick it old school!
Yeah!
Old school essentials. The further adventures of the Thunderous Fury.
All right, it is Old School Essentials, the further adventures of the Thunderous Fury, session 83. Time for the recap of session 80.
Session 80. So let me scroll back and see what I can do here. Well,
It was after Sybil and Jeremiah had returned from hell, and you go outside the caves of Chelga with the rest of the group.
so the crew outside the cave hear this strange noise and go to investigate. At the same time, Jeremiah and Sybil, oddly enough, vanish. And the people investigating notice that there's this strange wall that appears to break through outcroppings and several other pieces, but don't know where the heck that could have come from, because honestly, neither did Sybil or Jeremiah. Sybil, who cast the damn thing. Sybil and Jeremiah are, of course, back, except that Sybil finds out that Jeremiah had a vision on his way back from his so-called God, who is, of course, not a god. It's a spirit, and the poor people who are following the gods are deluded by these lying spirits who claim to be gods, but that's not a big deal. But his spirit has indeed shown him the way as he has become transformed. He is no longer an ugly ass deformed thing thanks to the demonic healing potions. He is now an otter folk druid. So indeed he has gone on his spirit journey, even though he didn't actually intend to. But good for him. Somebody comes up with the idea of dressing as a woman to get into the cave.
That was Wampus. That was absolutely all Wampus.
Dressing as a woman to get into the cave, and actually managed to talk a couple of people into it. Pete, of course, gives us a little bonus for being crazy ass mofos, and we actually managed to walk into the cave, the otter folk not even having to make a roll, because he isn't technically a human to start out with. All right, so in the cave we see a wooden planter box with a twisted up tree in it, and writing in some kind of cant that are a warning, and in a talisman hanging in front of it that nobody bothers to mess with. Too bad. Well, Hito, of course, hits the first trap and falls into a pit and dies. So we fish her body out of the pit along with a piece of jewelry that looks like it came from the jewelry store. So yes, indeed, either somebody is planting evidence for us, or we are on the right way. Maybe the jeweler was actually dropping pieces to leave a breadcrumb trail. Who knows? It could happen. So we poke around a bit, come to a dead end where we hear something mechanical and squeaky, and it turns out to be a rough wooden construct with a handle and a long staff with a hook. Since it appears to ignore us, we ignore it, except watch what it does, and it walks over and resets the trap and trundles off. So interesting. I always wondered how dungeons reset their traps. Nice to have one that actually has an actual mechanism to do it. In any case, so we're poking around further, find another strange tree with no leaves. Jeremiah determines it is alive and uses his new druidic abilities to actually talk to it, and the tree tells him that they do not belong here, especially the one called Wampus, and the one called Clintock will put you all in danger. But it turns to Sybil and tells her that, of course, through the Jeremiah translator, your spirit is welcome here, which of course sort of weirds Sybil out. She's not looking to join a witch's coven, but whatever. We go poking around, go down another couple of hallways. We hear various noises and decide maybe we don't want to investigate that. And so we, duck down a different hallway and close the door behind us. We indeed find another piece of jewelry that may indeed be from the kidnapped jeweler. Who knows? And we keep poking around. So we find a pit trap and avoid it. On the other side of the trap, we see a milky white owl staring at us, and it screeches at us. Jeremiah, of course, being his new druidic self, tries to feed the owl and fails. And after a couple of rounds of combat, with nothing particular happening, the owl retreats. We sit down and wait to see if it's going to attack us again. Nothing happens, except, of course, we have another couple of constructs coming along to do their work. So we find a curtain that apparently there's some guys behind it, and Jeremiah decides to act like a giant otter and check it out without actually, alerting them. In other words, the guy is playing a nudist, and he's flashing everybody because, of course, giant otters don't wear clothes, so he had to take off all his clothes. In any case, they seem to be, oddly enough, doing art. He comes back, tells us about this. We talk to them, and they are indeed captives. And we managed to talk one of them into coming out with us, although he has no weapons and otherwise no way to defend himself. Clintock, being his usual self, manages to talk the guy into going first. Anyway, after another couple of hallways, we come to a different room. We hear chanting, and apparently our whimsical nature strikes us because, Candy Graham, who is it? Jeremiah knocks on the door and somebody says Candy Graham.
Yes.
Crazy ass bastards that we play with. All right, so the door unlocks and opens into a room that looks semi-ritualistic. It's got pews, it's got some sort of altar or dais area, and there are a couple of women in there, one with a green cloak and one with a red cloak, who greet Sybil by name, weirding her out again. Friend Sybil, these are the two we are looking for. It is good we came alone. And they suggest we speak to the Queen of the Coven. What we want is a witch queen in the place instead of, as we were hoping, she was gone away. But in any case, we get a bunch of back and forth where we hear all sorts of odd things, including them noting that the otter was, quote, not given sentience by the Nag Lord. One of the urns moves and warns them of intruders, and so they leave, and we decide not to pick a fight with them, all things considered. So we're investigating the pillars in the room, which seem to have some strange powers, and find out that there are each with a different color, and there's a dagger on the altar, and so doesn't say who. Somebody decides to walk over to the blue pillar and put their hands on it. But apparently we hear from a father who has been kidnapped and is apparently now a brain in a pillar or equivalent, but in any case forced to serve the witches and trapped in the pillar.
I believe that was Sybil that touched the blue pillar.
Failed, and that's what gave me the -4 con that's on my character
Correct, and
sheet.
that's what gave you the -4 con, because you could speak to Father Anders, whose brain was in the pillar.
So we talked to him, found out that indeed he was trapped.
I believe now. I think it's at this point that Clintock decides he's going to get the brain out of the pillar, and there was this whole elaborate wax paper, put salt on it or something. So you've got Father Anders' brain in a bag, in a sack.
Yeah.
And that's when you ended up at the door. You went through the door, and it was that weird magical pit. And I believe Sybil just jumped and landed in the big cushion with all the hags. All the coven, excuse me, I get that wrong. The coven. And that's when Clintock was climbing, and he kept climbing forever. And there was a discussion between Jeremiah, I think, and Wampus about who would go down. And Wampus was like, no, go ahead. You can go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah, you got this.
But I believe you all eventually ended up down with the queen, Sybil ended up in the throne, ran into the throne and sat down, hoping there was some magical powers, but there were none. And that is when Clintock, that's when we showed up, and the queen was very upset because believed that Clintock was some sort of hag spy, and they despised the hags and they want to get back at him. And that's when Clintock went into negotiation mode and negotiated a deal with the queen of this witch coven, which she gave you a special dagger to take out the hags, gave you the person you were looking for, which was the jeweler from Prigwort, Hagrid. The deal was, she says, I believe, obviously I need 3 more females because you killed, some of the coven. So I need 3 females for the rest of the coven. And she says, I believe you know where this particular flute is that it's supposed to belong to the person they worship, the witch that they worship, Chelga. And if you go ahead and bring that to me, then we got a deal. And then to seal the deal, she grabbed your hand and bit your pinky finger off.
When she went up to bite the finger, was it like a bite, or was it like a love bite, and it just happened to take off the finger? Like what was the what was like the feeling behind it?
It was done to it was not out of any kind of interest or the fact that she desires to eat flesh. It was done as out of a necessity.
Okay.
Seal the deal.
She has the need to feed.
Right. So it is the 23rd day of Simswald. It is pouring rain. As soon as that, she banishes you from the caves of Chelga. It is raining out. It is you and the NPCs that are with you are, well, technically Ode and Jed, but they were turned into worms, so they are in someone's pocket. Hypto Jericorn, which is Hagen's sister, who came along with you, and Olga Birdbarrow, who is the cleric, who was assisting as well. And you have made your way you make your way through the night all the way back to Prigwort, to the outskirts of Prigwort, rain-soaked, returning with, your mission. And when all of a sudden, in the path ahead of you, in a flash of gold, like yellow light, a figure appears standing there. Now, for Ox, as soon as you read that little invitation that you got, and whatever you marked, regardless of whatever you marked, you have the sensation that you're falling into a pool of water and you hit the water like a big splash. And then you're standing in the middle of nowhere. It's raining, but you're absolutely completely dry. Like, not that you wouldn't be getting wet, but you felt like you landed in water, but you're completely dry. And there is a group of adventurers approaching you. And at that moment, you would recognize Clintock because he would be the only one out of this group that you would know.
Ox sort of lands on his feet. Ox really cuts like a striking figure, right? He is a man who kind of straddles the line between, we'll say, dashing hero and wanted fugitive, right? He's got this well-worn tri-cornered hat that he wears sort of tilted rakishly forward. It covers his forehead and kind of casts a shadow over his eyes. And he's wearing like this maroon officer's jacket that was once this beautiful kind of crushed velvet, clings to his broad shoulders, but it's faded and frayed at the edges. But he's still holding sort of an air of authority, right? Like the brass buttons are all kind of tarnished, but they're still intact, and they sort of glint. They glint faintly in the light, and every sort of gesture and glance that Ox carries himself with kind of the easy confidence of a man who has danced with danger, right? But lived to tell the tale. Kind of giving off the air of a guy who's left behind a trail of stories, debts, and probably a broken heart or two, right? And so he lands on his feet and immediately tries to right himself, looks up, catches Clintock out of his just underneath the brim of his hat, and he says, well, Clintock, it appears we found ourselves in quite the pickle now, haven't we?
Wait, hey, is that who I think it is? How did you get here?
Steady on, old sport, we shan't lose our heads just yet. I've been in far more trouble than this.
Well, I give a polite bow and say, well, you're welcome to join my retinue. We're just traveling back to town.
And what have you been up to, old sport? What have I missed?
Oh, I'll leave that for the bard to tell. But let's just say, we might have gained control of a city, town. I don't know. And most recently, I think I made a deal with some witches or hags or both. I don't know.
Ox says, well, introduce me to your fellows, of course. And he turns before Clintock can even introduce him, and he says, whatever rumors you've heard about me, my friends, I assure you, they've been greatly exaggerated. Were creature, poppycock, pish-posh, lads.
Oh, a were creature. Wampus Slee at your service. Or be you may refer to me as Mr. Slee. I am from I met this group in the wonderful town of Prigwort, home of many breweries, and are the esteemed mayor, also former colleague, former Thunderous Fury is in charge. So I'm sure there will be more than a few beers to celebrate your return. Nice to meet you.
The Thunderous Fury, you say? Why is she still seaworthy?
Well, I haven't seen her in a long time, so I couldn't quite tell you, but maybe we'll make it back soon enough to sail the seas again in her.
And okay, on the other side, the other person you don't know is she would be absolutely gorgeous half elf, if she weren't, currently burned, covered in mud, and apparently still white as a sheet from dealing with a witch queen, Sybil Villain, not spelled the way you think. Not a were creature, you deny too quickly, or you turned against your will, or have you chosen this path like your crewmate chose his?
Dear lady, I don't know what calamity brought you to this point, but rest assured, you're in the company of a man who'll see you right. Now, let's find you some water and dignity, shall we?
Oh, I have plenty of dignity.
Good heavens,
Oh,
man.
by the way,
You appear to have been through the ringer and then some. Allow me to assist. No one so refined should be left in such a state.
She eyeballs your coat up and down and goes, I could return that sentiment. Oh, by the way, this is a plot point for later. She has very long, nearly metallic golden hair that has a number of trinkets braided into it. In any case, I will treat you with the same courtesy that you treat me. And she deliberately looks over at Wampus and gives him a look like he is shit that had to be scraped off of her shoes.
I assure you that whatever the ladies' needs are, I can satisfy them.
Understood.
And I assure you not.
Well, we'll let the bickering lovebirds lead to their own, but I would be remiss if I didn't introduce my recently hirsute friend here, Jeremiah.
There's an otter that's sort of sniffing at your legs. And he stands up in front of you and looks at you and says, what did we say? I'm 4.5 foot tall.
Yeah, about 4 feet tall, yeah.
Yeah, has to crane back and cranes his neck back and looks at you, tilts his head off to the side, says, "We're a creature, huh? Well, I don't think there's much of a problem with that, even if it's poppycock or not. But tell me, my friend, have you heard the word of the wonderful Saint Cuthbert?"
Saint Cuthbert, you say? You are a remarkable little devil, aren't you? You're always busy with some grand engineering scheme or floating about as if the world's troubles were naught but ripples on a pond. And now an otter speaks to me of Saint Cuthbert?
Why, yes, no devil am I.
And Ox looks around at the rest of the party and he says, That's no mere otter. That's a rogue in fur, a bandit of the rivers. Watch your fish and your shiny trinkets. You'll be poorer for it, trust me.
Watch your mouth. He is a boon companion that indeed risk his very soul to rescue mine from hell. I will not hear you slander him.
Thank you, Sybil, but no, I am no rogue, I assure you. I am an animal friend and a tree friend of the forest.
And I do believe a river friend as well.
And a river friend.
Well,
most definitely.
Well, I stand corrected. We have a
by the
little
way,
gentleman of the waterways.
Another thing I forgot to mention, because it's a recent addition, I haven't sort of settled it in, is Sybil has a bird speak,
A
and
bird.
it's not a mask. It is part of her at the moment.
Okay, hold on. I'm taking I'm taking notes. I'm coming in here like midway through. So if I pause to
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
No, that's okay. I try to take notes myself, and it's not always successful, but certainly try.
So Jeremiah hands you this little pamphlet that's, says Saint Cuthbert on it, and inside, it's got a few of the tenets of Saint Cuthbert, like nothing can correct as well as a board across the back of the head.
Ox takes it and kind of half-ass looks at it and well, thank you, fine fellow. I'll be certain to study this at length later. And he just kind of crumples it up and shoves it into the jacket of his or into the pocket of his jacket.
It'll save your very soul, Annie.
Yes. I've been told this many times. Yes.
This is a wonderful reunion, but I do believe we are traveling through the middle of the night, and I'm very tired. Shall we make our way for warm beds, or at least a cold beverage?
And refreshments. Yes. I'm starting to like you, Mr. Slee. I'm starting to like you.
You must be exhausted traveling from God knows where and God knows who cares, but must be exhausted to get here.
Quite.
You guys are just like right outside the entrance. There's a few guards here with various symbols.
I apologize. We were outside the entrance of where again?
Of Prigwort. They have a few symbols of the brew houses. That obviously they've taken up defenses as you enter the Abbey Gate, the western gate. You can see that there's damage. Even that's being repaired currently because there was an attack on Prigwort recently, and the group some people got kidnapped, and Hagid Jericorn was the jeweler who was kidnapped, and they went and found her. Hagid and Hypto, her sister, thank you, and then head into town to get up with the rest of the family. Olga returns to the Order of Saint Sedge, which is camped like right outside in like a barracks. An encampment like right outside the Abbey Gate there, and it's fairly quiet here in the evening. There's a couple people. There's some lights. Prigwort is not a very big town. It is a brewing town known for the fine brews and the 7 brew houses who used to run Prigwort, but the Earl of Yellow removed them and appointed John Tor as their new mayor. You guys, it's up to you guys what you want to do. If you want to go rest, you do have a place at the Clashed Antler. You got that bunkhouse you can go crash at. You could go. You really can't go to the Clashed Antler and drink because the place kind of burned to the ground, as if you recall. The main place burnt down. You could go to the Oaf-in-the Oast.
I say, have you gentlemen been invited to this grand coronation?
I don't need an invitation. I just show up.
Well, color me intrigued.
You're welcome to come along.
I've received an invitation. Yellow. It came in an envelope. Yellow wax with gold flecks. In fact, it seems as if someone's certainly trying to make an impression. However, I'm wondering, are you all attending this coronation?
I wouldn't miss it.
Is it the coronation of the new mayor?
I am following Flintock for the moment, and I have an unfortunate debt to him that it's best not to leave the scales unbalanced with such as he. Since I'm your temporary follower, I am unfortunately without money to pay for lodgings. Can you front me some? Can you front me some in order that I may stay somewhere else? And she again eyes Wampus.
Don't we have doesn't Jeremiah, he paid for a couple of rooms at, wasn't it Rat Tappin's quadrant?
Yeah, I think that's passed though.
Did we get our
Didn't know how
gems out of there? We got our gems out of there, didn't we? And sold them. Okay, yeah.
We got our gems out of there. We made sure to retrieve our stashes after it was
Yeah.
more or
That's
less.
what, okay. I thought I remembered that, but I couldn't remember if the rooms were still paid for or not. What's my concussion status? I'm concussed for 6 days until the 27th of Simswald. The last note I made about it was the first day I was -4, but I think I was at -2.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I'll have to look that up. It's the 23rd day of Simswald. You will now be. It's technically the 24th. Yeah, it's the 24th day of Simswald.
24th day.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like it's up to you guys. Like you can go to the Oaf-in-the Oast and get a bath and a beer and drink, which you guys did when you first got here, or just enjoy a quiet evening back at the Flashed Antler at the bunkhouse.
Approximately what time is it?
It's like 2 a.m.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I say we go retire. However, tomorrow I will require new clothing.
Oh, trust me.
Were I to appear in this state, it would reflect poorly not just on me, but on the entire event.
No worries. I am great friends with the tailor. And also, Sybil, no debt owed to me is unfortunate, and of course I would provide you with lodgings and hands for a few, like 5 gold coins.
Much appreciated.
Jeremiah sidles up to her and says, "We can split a room if you want.
Do you need a room in your otter form?
I need a place to put my stuff, if nothing else."
With a hot rock to put on his belly.
Yeah. I probably don't need a bed to sleep in. I'd probably curl up on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a little, guest house that's got a bunch of bunk beds in it. When you go up to the Clashed Antler in the back, the main house where they would serve people is burned to the ground, and there's like a little memorial there. There's some candles lit. You'd also notice that in the middle of center of town, also there's some candle lit for all the people who died in the attack, where they've kind of put like lean-tos or little tents over to keep them burning so the rains don't snuff them out.
Yeah.
And you rest for the evening. It is a quiet rest. Clintock, of course, has his hand wrapped, and you also have the brain of Father Anderson wax-sealed sack. And it's about 6 a.m.
So we've slept for like 4 hours.
Yes, and there's a knock on the door, of course.
Doesn't answer.
Go away. It's too early.
It's Wiston. It's Wiston. Is Jeremiah in? I have urgent news.
Jeremiah walks up to the door and opens it up. Now, Wiston hasn't seen me as a...
Correct, yes. He's not expecting an otter. So
Well,
it's a very...
Speak fast, Wiston. Speak fast. I want to go back to sleep.
It's a very, very large man, overweight. And he looks, and then he looks down, and he cocks his head.
Pay no attention to my form. I went to hell for my friend. I got changed into this weird-looking creature. Cuthbert interceded, and I am now an otter and of the river folk and a friend to trees and animals alike. And but you can recognize my voice. It is I. It's Jeremiah. I promise. I tell him something that happened between him and Jeremiah that nobody else would know or easily know, at least.
Right. He says, but you still follow the word of this St. Cuthbert, as carved stone does.
Of course.
Oh, praise the one true God.
Praise him.
Yes. Then so be it. Then he is deemed that you are to be this form. Miracles never cease. I do need something of great importance.
What is
Nicolette and I are to be married. I need you to officiate this official ceremony to make it to ordain it under the one true God. And since you are this follower of St. Cuthbert, you can do it. Surely Cuthbert would approve of such a matrimony, correct?
As an otter? Are you daft, Wiston? This is an otter.
Yes, but I'm sorry, sir, but he follows the one true God. Then I am not going to dispute it.
He is a river creature, a rat with that swims. Surely this is not who you want to officiate your wedding.
Why are we talking about weddings so early in the morning? Who's getting married? And why couldn't it wait till 9 a.m.?
Oh, well,
I can think of no one better to officiate a wedding than one who has met their own patron and been granted such a boon.
Clearly, that little rascal's having a better time than I've had in weeks. Do you take apprentices?
I am the apprentice. I'm sure I would be glad to do that at a reasonable time of day. There would
I
have
just
to
wanted
be
to
a
make
tie
sure.
to the local temple, of course.
Oh, yes. I just wanted to make sure, because I know that you are out doing things, helping Prigwort and spreading the word of Saint Cuthbert, the one true God. I wanted to catch you before you departed again. This is very important that Nikolai become married in the eyes of the one true God.
When are these pending nuptials?
Whenever you're available.
I mean, we can do it today.
Then
But
let
after
us.
after us and our company have a few more hours of rest at the very
Oh,
least.
yes. Oh, I'm terribly. Oh, yes. Of course, Karn always advised me to get up at such early. I've already been up for an hour. I was winded
is-
walking down here, but
You are correct. I should be out of bed by now. I am remiss. You've reminded me. I thought it was a good excuse that we didn't come in until 2 a.m. But the day doesn't wait for anyone. I will go out and get freshened up. What do you say to a wedding at high noon?
Shouldn't you be out collecting trout in a river?
high noon would be appropriate. Yeah, so I would maybe at House Cobsworth. I know Wilfrina will be the maid of honor. Since Nicolette is friends with her, we'll meet you there. Yes. I'm sorry to disturb you. I have much to do.
No. Have you done today's calisthenics yet?
Oh, well, yes. Yes. The walking over here was quite rigorous.
No. Come. We must engage in proper calisthenics for the morning, and then we'll go off to prayer, and then you can go back to Nicolette.
Oh, yes. Lead the way.
Wait, Wiston, I have a wedding gift for you and your betrothed. And I pull out the crumpled up pamphlet of St. Cuthbert that I had handed to me, and I hand it to him for you and your lovely wife.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't think we've met. I am Wiston Spadlard, the former abbot. Anyway, I follow the one true God, but I'm an adventurer now, but maybe not so much.
It's very good of you, Brother Ox, to even though your impertinence is obviously intended to cut. You are already spreading the good word of Cuthbert. I'm very proud of you. Would you like to join us for the morning calisthenics and prayer?
Jeremiah, you warned me. That wasn't the most sincere of gifts.
Would you
Yes.
would you like to join us for morning calisthenics and prayer?
That does sound tempting, although I have anything else to do. So you go ahead without me, and I'll be along shortly.
I do thank you, Ox, for this gift. Surely, I will make sure to have this framed and put it over the hearth of our home, and to be reminded daily of St. Cuthbert's word. This was very kind of you. Obviously, you are following the tutelage of Jeremiah here. Thank you. Calisthenics,
yes,
it is.
I actually have an official apprenticeship under Jeremiah.
So I take him off, and probably within 5 minutes he's about to collapse.
Yeah, but he continues. He doesn't care.
Yeah, good for him. He's turning over a new leaf in his life.
So you have a wedding to attend to at noon. Anything else you want to do after you've got some more rest?
Yeah, I need some new clothing. I cannot attend a wedding, nor can I attend a coronation in such attire.
We can pay a visit to our favorite tailor.
I suppose I ought to sell this
Well,
and buy some other materials that are worthwhile, and maybe get something. Maybe get a fine hat to wear to marry these people.
Now, Clintock, I have to admit, my current funds they're tied up in, well, complicated affairs. But here's the thing. Once the coronation concludes, I'll be awash with favors in coin. A man of my standing always honors his debts, you see. Just would your tailor friend consider it a loan, perhaps? A small investment in the future? Perhaps I'd even wear his name stitched into the thing. Imagine the business it'll bring.
I'm sure you can try and strike up a deal with him, but he is a rather odious fellow. And I'm not sure he's one to do or offer favors. But I do happen to have a sizable amount of coin and leverage with the tailor that I'm sure we could get you and some appropriate finery for the event.
That would be greatly appreciated. You'd be doing a service to the event, the mayor, and of course, to me. And I promise you shan't regret it.
Oh, I would regret nothing, Ox.
Sybil looked over at you two going back and forth like that and going, I see, and looked over at Clintock. Did you get it from him or are you just naturally that way also?
I don't know. Maybe some rubbed off. I'm not sure.
What would she be referring to, Clintock? I'm afraid I don't understand your friend here.
In any case, she ignores you. In any case, it seems that you know the town better than I do, since I've never been to Prigwort. A tailor would indeed be wonderful, but a bathhouse and, more importantly, a hairdresser would be much more appreciated.
Well, I'm sure we can find a place for you to get your hair done. It will look fabulous, although I'm sure they might want to take those charms out of your hair, but I won't tell you otherwise.
Those are my very life and have indeed saved my soul more than once.
Ah, I see. Superstitious. Yes, of course. But we will find you somebody to do your hair.
It's like the saying about paranoia. It's not paranoia if it's real.
Ox sort of looks over at Sybil and then looks back at Clintock and he says, have you ever considered the variety of beaks out there? Like, some crack nuts, some sip nectar, and some stab fish right out of the water. It makes you wonder what sort of beak you'd choose if you were given the option. I think I would choose anything but that.
Well, I wasn't given the option, and I'm still trying to figure out my spirit animal is. Oh, by the way, I actually rolled random for it, and the literal description was long-legged buzzard. But she doesn't know that.
You do bring up a good point, Ox. Maybe we should find like a falconer, and they might have a better answer for how to find the appropriate bird bath, so to speak.
You too. Is he infectious or something?
No. I thank you for all of your services, Sybil, and ignore the mild jabs, please.
Yes, well,
No offense intended at all. Merely the joking of good friends and companions. That's all.
you're right. I have been perhaps more prickly than necessary. These times have been extremely trying lately. Almost as if your entire group is cursed.
You need a soul to be cursed.
Almost the entire Wampus sleep doesn't know the meaning of the word curse.
So what do you say then, chaps? Finery it is. I know that I could use a fine jacket, perhaps a fresh shirt. Nothing too extravagant, mind you. Just something that says, "Here stands a man of consequence." I think that we would do well to go and find these things for ourselves.
All right, try and find the tailor then.
I hope he doesn't see
So-
you coming.
All right, so you head over to Brandybile's, his red painted doorway with the shiny brass knob. You enter the little hallway there and then come up to his door that has the plaque on it that says, Brandybiles by appointment only. Inquire at the Wrinkled Medlar, member of the esteemed Guild of Tailors. Rogues beware, affiliate of the Shadow House, Castle Brackenwold. Do you knock on the door?
Impressive.
And then I wonder internally, can otters be turned into pigs? And then I continue on knocking.
You hear footsteps and the door unlocks, and a spindly little human man who's wearing a fashionable a velvet cloak and some curl-toed moccasins and has a mustache. He narrows his eyes at you, Clintock. He says, "Yes."
I know I don't have an appointment this morning, but it is important. There's a coronation this afternoon.
Coronation of what?
Oh, the new mayor. Have you not heard?
Oh, that's today? You want more berets?
Well, I'll leave that up to the individuals I brought with me, although I would suggest a nice beret. But let me introduce you to some of my companions here. Sybil. I'll let him introduce himself.
Oh,
And,
Wampus Lee. I'm familiar with his kind.
Wampus Lee at your service.
Not at all. Continue. Who is the rest of your retinue?
My friend Ox here, and this hirsute little fellow here, Jeremiah, You might have noticed him in a different form, but we would like a nice outfit.
I try not to notice your retinue, so he is new to me. How much?
Taylor, you're just the person that I've been seeking. I'm in dire need of the expertise of a man, clearly of your stature and fashion sense. You see, I've been summoned, yes, summoned to the coronation by none other than the esteemed Jantor Le Oriel himself. A personal invitation, yellow, wax, gold flecks, the works, but alas, my wardrobe is tragically unfit for such a grand occasion. And now, ordinarily, I'd have my tailor whip something up, but wouldn't you know it, my ship was waylaid. Pirate, storm, fireball, take your pick. And here I am, a man of some renown, left in rags. The shame of it! The shame of it, good sir, the absolute shame. Were to I appear in this state, my reputation would never recover. And that is where you come in, good sir. Your fine establishment, your impeccable taste, why, it's the talk of the town, to be honest. My friend Clintock here told me immediately when I asked for the assistance of a tailor of your establishment, I can think of no better place to procure attire befitting a man such as myself. And think of the prestige when they asked, who dressed Octavius Germanicus for this coronation? Your name shall be on your name shall be on the tongue of every noble from here to the Drachenfels.
And we shall make it double.
What say you, good sir?
As Wampus puts his arm around Ox. I also can be your standard bearer, Mr. Taylor.
Lintock comes into town, leaves, returns, and now they are multiplying before my eyes.
I will remind you that Wampus was here before I was.
Yes. You may not remember me, but I've been around for a while. Several years, in fact.
Sybil mutters something about a man of discernment.
And when do you require these? Obviously today, so it's a rush.
Yes, I'll pay handsomely. No worries.
I just need a top hat.
Don't think of it as a rush. Think of it as
A thrill.
establishing the future glory of your name. Well, I had told Clintock earlier I'd even be willing to allow you to stitch your name into the lining. You would be renowned. You would be renowned throughout the city, sir.
My fortunes seem to multiply as we speak. What gifts I've been given. Oh, yes. A top hat. Shall you be fitting of a suit and a tie as well? Clintock, what sort of funds do you have? This is not going to be cheap.
Oh, I know.
Though I know that you're friends with the mayor now.
That's just circumstance. I don't intend to abuse that relationship. But if we're getting down to brass, or shall I say gold tacks here, I'd be willing to spend, I don't know, say 150 gold pieces.
For whose outfit?
Well, I was
All
hoping
of the outfit.
to have a discount, but you know, I can talk to the mayor. Maybe your shop incurred some damages during the raid and needs some repairs. Maybe ones that aren't so visible from the outside.
If I recall, they were seeking damages up to $25,000 to $30,000 or gold in restitution, I believe.
That was the jeweler. But yeah.
Fine, sir. We are not asking for charity. No, far from it. In fact, I'd be happy to spread the word of your kindness to the other dignitaries attending. Imagine the business it would bring. Besides, since we're sort of speaking of damages, perhaps you do us this favor and we prevent any, shall I say, unfortunate occurrences from happening to your shop in the future. There are many roguish sorts about who may, say, put out windows, light fires, steal merchandise. We could, of course, stop this. We could hinder these actions going forward were you to do us this kindness. Now, if you were to refuse us, who's to say what would happen to your fine establishment?
Those crook horns will be kept at bay, and we will do our part to keep them off.
You know that I took a few of the crookhorns out myself personally.
Pre-otter, post-otter, who knows how many more he could mangle.
Wait right here. He closes the door and locks it.
Of course.
As if a lock would stop me.
5 minutes later, he comes back with a piece of measuring tape that has been returned to him recently. And a piece of parchment. He says, let me get your measurements. So he starts to measure everybody. And what is it you would like? A top hat? He scrawls down a top hat.
I think for this occasion, I shall require a crushed velvet officer's jacket, much like this one, but in a much better state, with the finest gold embroidery around the seams, some brass buttons that simply shine like the sun. A new tri-cornered hat, a pair of polished leather boots, and I think a silken shirt. Yes, a silken shirt of the finest silk that you can find, my friend. Single stitched with brass buttons to match the jacket. I think nothing too extravagant, mind you. It's a simple task. Simple ask, sir.
And someone looks over and, looks at him looks at the tailor and goes, as for me, you have shown yourself to be a man of discernment and taste. I trust your judgment.
Okay.
And maybe a bow tie.
Quite dashing.
Jeremiah, don't you need a cane? But maybe this isn't the right place to get a cane.
A top hat and a cane on the otter would, okay, just sort of breaking character here though, but a top hat with the otter would be fantastic. But he has to have a tux to go with it though, right? Like he has to.
His fur is his tux. Thank you very much.
St. Cuthbert would want you to wear a tux. At least the jacket. You have to have the tails. Come on.
Isn't that Tenant 99? When
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. If I had my pamphlet, if I hadn't have given my pamphlet to that fine chap Wiston, I would show you right here that for all marital occurrences that you must wear tails. It's required. Top hat, tails, and a cane for all otters.
No.
I believe it's all
one of the first tenets of Cuthbert is to be constrained in our appearances. I only wish to appear clean and kind for them, but to be too fancy would not be a good thing.
But you have to represent St. Cuthbert well, Jeremiah.
I will.
You can't look ragtag when you're representing. You're going to be the officiant, sir. You must wear a tuxedo with tails.
Roll persuasion. No.
What is Ox's charisma? Like, we don't even want to talk about it. So Ox is not very charismatic. He tries to be, but he's not. So
what's the tailor's name again?
Brandy Bile.
Is that his first name or last name?
Technically, that is his last name.
Miss Brandy Bile or Brandy Bine?
Brandy Bile.
Brandy Bile. And Mr. Brandy Bile, for me, I would picture this. Close your eyes. And he waits for him to
doesn't close his eyes. And this could be a while.
When Wampus closes his eyes, picture this. It is the most decadent golden doublet you've seen, stitched from neck to waist, with little flaps that sparkle in the sunlight as you walk past. Because yes, they are touched with magic, not magic of the Fae, but magic of your charm. And one beret.
Does the beret go with the doublet? Does it?
Well, I wouldn't want to be out of fashion compared to everyone else. Berets are hot.
That is true.
They are. They're up and coming. Some might say they're trend-setting.
I would hate to go to the event and be the only one not wearing a beret or a top hat.
So he opens the door. He opens the door. He says, Clintock, please step inside. Let's speak for a moment.
By all means.
He opens the door, lets you in, closes it, takes a deep breath. Well, for your friends here, for your otter friend, I believe may have a few items in the back that I had made for a child's doll at one time that may work. Your other friend, his jacket and embroidery and tricorn hat. These are a lot of items that I have to work up. And
You touch fashion your cloak into the jacket you hear come through the door as Ox is listening.
I can provide you these by the end of the day. There's no way I can get them done. I heard something about soon, but that's a soon. I'm not going to rush my craftsmanship and risk putting out something he thinks, as his mind thinks about the mass berets he has made. He's like, and he holds back some vomit. What I'm saying is that, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Do you require anything? What kind of hat are you wearing? You wearing that, what's that hat? Deer hunter? The deer stalker hat?
Stalker, yeah.
You don't require anything?
No, I am all set for this evening's event.
I would say all told, that would be 300 gold pieces for it to be completed within the appropriate time that you ask and done to the certain specifications that are required by each of your retinue.
About 250, and we'll call it a deal.
250.
You know, I'm good for it. You can take it out of part of the proceeds for the beret sales that are my cut. The extra 50 then.
250 gold. Yes. In goodwill towards our new mayor, then 250 it is. Please return at sunset.
Can he hand over the top hat and the bow tie though, so I can, since he already has them? Because I need him to marry my friend.
Yeah, I will ask for if those items could be ready earlier.
Well, he says he already has them, so I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, he opens the door, lets you go leave, and closes it, locks the door. 5 minutes later, he hands you a vermilion top hat.
Oh.
million top hat, okay?
Oh boy. Yeah.
With a matching, what do you want? A matching bow tie?
Sure.
Yes.
Beggars
There's a
can't be choosers.
Let's see. Let's see what material is it? So the top hat and the bow tie. Oh, so you realize they're made out of some sort of animal skin.
Not otter, I hope.
No,
Not otter skin.
Well, that would be
No.
a good one.
So Jeremiah, since you are, of an animal person, you realize this is squirrel skin.
Okay. Well, there's not much help for it. The world is what the world is.
Could have been mink, so there you go.
He closes the door, says, I will see you, son. Good luck with your coronation. As he looks kind of confused, unsure why, like, you need it now, but he's not really interested in asking a lot of questions at this point. He just can't wait for you to leave. And you are done.
You'll not regret extending this kindness to a stranger, kind sir. I assure you.
All right.
Who should we go talk to next?
I do believe we have yet to celebrate your return.
I think the wedding is as good a place to celebrate my return as any. Free drinks and refreshments, Mr. Slee.
Yes, but they're not celebrating you. They're celebrating people other than you.
All celebrations are a celebration of me, Mr. Slee. I'll say again, free food and refreshments, Mr. Slee. It sounds like the best place to celebrate my return.
Yeah, one could only hope there will be an open bar.
Oh, certainly, Jeremiah. If you are officiating this wedding, it will have an open bar and refreshments. Correct? They certainly have to offer that to a loyal follower of St. Cuthbert such as yourself. I'm saying that the wedding that you're officiating at better have free drinks and food.
Well, I don't know about the free drinks and food. I know that I no longer imbibe in any drinks at all. But, there were some bad times. There were some bad times.
You have to reconsider my apprenticeship if we're not allowed to imbibe in spirits every night.
Oh, no, you should never imbibe in spirits. It is not the way to follow the true path. Like, let me tell you, I can tell you that we did imbibe of spirits once after I started following the way of Cuthbert, and Cuthbert found it in his heart to punish me, not too severely, but just a couple of drinks, and I woke up many miles away in very dangerous circumstances with the worst headache and a black eye. It was terrible. But never again, never again.
So you gave up alcohol?
Yes.
Willingly?
Yes.
I don't want to be a zealot or anything, but I do believe that was covered in the pamphlet, Ox.
I must have.
Did you not read the pamphlet?
I must have missed that as I was studying it intently.
I mean, it was Rule 67.
Thank you, Mr. Slee. Thank you for Thank you for your anal retentive knowledge of the rules. Thank you. Thank you.
Wampus at your service, Mr. Ox.
Well, I still say we prepare for the wedding, and perhaps I'll inadvertently, I will certainly attempt to be a teetotaler, but perhaps I'll inadvertently pick up a mug of ale, completely unintentionally. Who knows? Anything can happen. You know, weddings, they're such unexpected soirees. So I say we make our way. What time is it? What, the wedding is at noon, right?
Yeah, it's probably like 9 o'clock.
Oh, all right. Well, we could try to con some food. I mean, we could try to get some food from the innkeeper. A little breakfast, perhaps.
The innkeep is Clash Chandler is fallen on hard times since most of it burned down. We might have to look elsewhere. The barley and oats. I hear is that the name?
The Oaf-in-the Oast there.
The Oaf-in-the Oast.
Yeah.
I hear they serve a good breakfast.
Sounds like a wonderful establishment.
Oaf-in-the Oast?
The Oaf-in-the Oast.
All right. So the sign is a drunken bumpkin, obviously scratching his behind as a fire kindles beneath his nethers. Outside are various terracotta pots fashioned as hog-like creatures, trailing a riot of brittle vines and dead flowers. So some of the pots were broken, obviously, in the attack. And you enter the common room. They are like mopping the floor, and that would be the two buxom barmaids, Gaudy and Blessy, as they're and Hagid, who is the barrel-chested man with hairy forearms, is watching over them, and he's got some broken teeth, and his nose looks like it's been broken about 7 times. He's just got his arms folded, watching them, and he sees you guys come in. He's like, "We're cleaning up. What do you want?"
Breakfast? Is the kitchen open?
Sure. Have a seat.
Any fish by
Anywhere?
any chance?
Fish? He kind of looks over at you, takes a double take, and then grabs like a mug of beer that's like half drank off the counter, drinks it, looks again. No fish.
Oh.
We're serving quail. That's what you're getting.
Meat's good.
You there, innkeeper. What's your name?
Uh-oh.
Hagen.
Hagen, I've heard nothing but praise about your
No, you haven't. You're damn
establishment.
lying, so stop.
The crown jewel of hospitality in these parts, isn't it?
Is
see-
this one of your retinue, Clintock?
He's an old acquaintance.
Your protege?
He's new to town, but he's heard many things.
Yeah, you see, I've just arrived. I've just arrived, good sir, weary from my travels, and naturally I require your finest repast. So this quail, would it be fresh?
Seared.
Seared? That sounds...
Seared quail. You gut it yourself.
May I have a mug of ale to wash down the gutting and searing of the quail?
Of course you
Make
can.
that
You can
two-
have some
make that-
Hagrid's bitter.
Make that 2 mugs of ale. But also,
Sure.
I must warn you, kind sir. Alas, fate has conspired against me. My purse was pilfered, en route. It was a dastardly affair. Let me tell you, it was truly a dastardly affair. And here I am, a man of importance, left with naught but my word and reputation. Surely you wouldn't let such a sorry tale tarnish your esteemed reputation for hospitality, would you, good sir?
There's plenty of piss bucket that can be taken care of.
Piss buckets, I see.
Ooh.
Sybil, are you busy right now?
You will be definitely taking care of your own piss bucket.
I understand. It just seemed a bit more of your station, but I do understand. I do understand. Truly, I can't divulge the details. I cannot divulge the details, but let's just say that I am here involving certain delicate negotiations that could shape the future of the region. So perhaps you could reconsider, sir. I always make good on my debts.
He looks over at Clintock. I believe you are taking care of your retinue then?
I can pay for him, yes.
I look over at Clintock and I say, it's rare to find an establishment with such character.
The bitter is good, and the food washes down well, even if you have to gut it and sear it yourself.
No, he's going to sear it. You got to gut it.
Oh,
Wow. I think Jeremiah will probably be fine with guts and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sits down next to Sybil and leans in close to her and goes, insulting kind of fellow, isn't he?
Haggard, I agree. He is quite insulting.
Yeah, extremely full of himself.
well, I think we should wash these down. 'Cause Jeremiah has a wedding to get to, and we shan't make him late. And in fact, we should show up early just to make sure that any, pre-wedding, see if they need help unpacking the food, unpacking the wine.
Splendid idea. Splendid idea. Perhaps a few whales to just sort of ease the conversation, though, at the wedding, right? Awkward small talk can be so tedious. A few ales might help.
As we all know, if you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you're late.
Is this another tenet of St. Cuthbert that I missed somehow?
Well, at least that's what Carnstone always tells me. Oh, I have a feeling that Carnstone will be able to help you immensely.
Intriguing. Intriguing. I cannot wait to meet the man.
All right, so you get a couple gold pieces are sufficient for the seared quail, and he gives some Hagen's bitter to everybody.
I deducted the money from my.
No problem. Yeah, they're just kind of cleaning up though. They don't he realizes there's nobody else comes in here. So this is not an establishment they serve breakfast, but nobody's really beating the door down to come in. Are you gonna head to Cobbsworth then?
Yeah.
So you make your way back to the center of town. You pass a couple people who have their faces have been painted, and a couple others who are wearing the same beret, like it's a gray beret made out of some kind of material, some kind of fabric or whatever.
Yeah.
Nondescript, but you run into those people. Definitely more of a presence of the local guards, which are the different brewing houses are patrolling, considering what's happened.
Oh yeah, let's lock the barn door after the horses have escaped. We tried to warn them. We told them all about the upcoming dangers. The guard wasn't out. The dangers hit. Now the guard's everywhere.
Oh, that's right. Sybil hasn't heard this. She'll look over at Jeremiah. You were involved with this attack? I mean, as defenders, of course.
Yes, of course. We helped defend and defeat the Crookhorns that were invading this town. I myself was sorely injured right at the end. I'm still feeling like my bell's a little rung.
I have to say, Jeremiah, I'm truly fighting the urge to pick you up, tickle your belly, and set you on my shoulder. I'm fighting very hard to not do this. So.
It would be a good idea not to do that, yes. I know how to use my dagger very well.
So you head to House Cobbsworth, the 2-story brick house with the Cobbsworth emblem above the door. On the front lawn, as you remember, there was the vernal equinox party, I believe you were at.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the guards, or the servants, I would say, that are out front. The insignia is a bear with a beer keg on its head. A couple of the serving staff is frantically out front setting up tables and chairs or something, and you see Wilfrina in her with her curly blonde hair and her pine green chaperone and teal gambeson with a house crest on it, pointing and having everybody, and then she sees you show up, looks almost relieved that you have arrived. She comes up to you, Clintock, and she kind of takes a double take at your group and then looks down and sees the otter and then just kind of, okay, I'm going to ignore that. And then looks at you, Clintock, and says,
I have the same response as well, but don't do yourself a favor. Don't tickle his belly. He doesn't.
Wiston, I got the word from Nicolette that they are getting married at noon. I am doing my best to accommodate things. Why are you traveling with an otter?
This is the newest Cuthbertite. You may have seen him look differently, but this is the form that he takes now. Supposedly chosen by Cuthbert himself, but I'll let him reintroduce himself.
It is I, Jeremiah. We have met before in the past.
Yes, we have.
As Clintock says, though, I have taken a new form, and so
you have taken a new form. I'm not going to dispute what happens, considering what I have seen in the last couple of days.
And of course, I've tipped my hat at her.
Yes. Anyway, I am the maid of honor, of course, and Clintock, if it would be okay if you could walk me down the aisle as well, I would appreciate it.
I would be delighted.
Hopefully, we can get some music here. I think the Dulcimer of Fire has left town, unfortunately, so I will try to get that brass band that was here for our vernal equinox party. But
Not the Dulcimer of Fire.
yes,
I love.
and just as you're saying that, you see Wiston spent lard. He's a very large man who you saw this morning. He comes walking up, very excited, and you realize his face is painted.
Why is everyone's face painted? Like, is this some lore that I'm missing?
It's thanks to Clintock.
It was. You think Wampus?
Yeah, it was Wampus.
Oh, that was one.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the exact circumstances. I
You
know
were
that
trying to you. It was
I
when
wanted to
Wampus
like
got-
have the visage of the heavens and
Right, but-
on my face.
But I believe you were trying to be in disguise, and you're like, "Do people is there face painting in town?" I was like, "Yeah." And then it turned into a whole thing where he had his face painted, and other people getting their face painted. And Clintock negotiated with somebody to get people's face painted and sell berets, and it was
And it put that face painter on the map because then
Yes, it did.
everybody was requesting their services. So
right.
Branding. Yeah,
And,
that's good
and
branding.
he only did like 5 a day or something because took a toll on him.
Yeah.
So the abbot is wearing his hoopaland, his green avocado colored hoopaland, which you saw at one time. It was kind of old; it had mothball holes in it, but it's been patched up with like purple like flowers covering it.
Yeah.
So his face paint looks like a tree. So it's brown and green, and it looks like the trunk, and he's got like leaves and stuff stuffed in his hair. So it looks like it's a tree motif.
Yeah.
And he comes, you've arrived early as well. The Nicolette will, of course, be here on time, I'm sure. There's free, refreshing water for everyone. Sparkling, crispy, cool water in the name of Cuthbert. Of course, I'm sure Jeremiah here he kind of looks at you. Bless it is, now that you're an otter, do you just dive in there? Is that how you bless the water? Or?
Well,
No mind. I don't care how you do it. As long as it's
if he
by
does,
Cuthbert.
then I'm not going to drink it. Just
I mean, you were looking for an officiant, right? He otter do, but other than dumb Tish. Other than that, I must say I was expecting something more than just water, and now here I am, utterly spellbound by this marvelous union. If love were a currency, these two would be the richest in the realm. But now I require someone to pour me a proper drink so I can toast this grand occasion.
And I go over and I make a few motions of blessing over the water, and I take whatever ladle or whatever and ladle out a glass of nice, clean water and hand it over to Ox and say, "Here, of course, fresh, clear water."
My dearest Jeremiah, it is bad luck to toast on water.
No, it is. It's normal.
I beg to differ. It is very bad luck to toast on water, good sir.
I'll see what I can do.
Mr. Slee, you come through again.
Wampus Lee is going to kind of take his leave.
Okay, so you don't have to go very far till one of the people who are setting up for the wedding comes out with a keg of Cobsworth Pale, a fine fizzing ale with a yellow hue and the flavor of cherry syrup.
Wow.
Indulging brings on a propensity of pointed philosophical debate, and they start like pouring out mugs of it, and you can see Wiston kind of looking over, and he's like, maybe just one would be fine.
Be strong, brother Wiston. Be strong.
Oh yes,
And
of course.
I take
In the
him by
name of
the
Cuthbert.
shoulder and turn him away from it.
Oh yes.
I
will not,
understand how hard it can be, but come, let's discuss the vows that you wish to use.
Yes, of course. What do you have in mind?
Well, we'll just use the standard template out of the pamphlet for the wedding ceremony, of course. But I didn't know if maybe you want some special.
Oh no. The standard pamphlet was fine. That's good for that'd be sufficient for me.
But you haven't written your own vows or anything.
No, I will
for
leave that
each
up to
other?
you, of
Okay.
course, because you are the man of much greater faith than I. That's a good place to take a break. We'll let Paul figure out what the standard tenets of wedding in for the ceremony are.
Sounds good.
I already pulled up something from the Universal Church.
Okay, go for it.
Give me like the sermon before the wedding.
Yeah, is Jeremiah going to give like the tenets of Cuthbert like an hour beforehand?
Jeremiah's going to do that. He's going to do whatever, and he's really not good at it. He's never done it before. and he's only heard Karn describe how it's done, so he's making a lot of this up off the top of his head, and it's really,
Oh,
really
boy.
bad. Yeah, it's really bad. And so he cribs some notes, and then he gets to the actual introduction and all that. He says, "Marriage is a sacred institution in the tradition of Cuthbert. It's a tradition of partnership, of trust, and of dependence on one another to navigate the sometimes stormy seas of life. Sometimes people have said that marriage requires things like work and commitment and sacrifice. And certainly all of those things are true, but no matter what it looks like in the end, however, a healthy marriage always needs a solid foundation. A foundation built on the faith in the word of Cuthbert. So saying, do you, Winston, take Nicolette to be your wedded wife in the eyes of the one true God, bound by the word of Cuthbert?
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And you, Nicolette, you're going to do the same for wonderful Winston here, correct?
Yes, and Nicolette has the same kind of face paint on. She looks like
Like
she's
a
got like
tree?
leaves coming out of her hair, and she's got this long flowing brown dress.
And Jeremiah really digs this, like, being a druid. He's really into that. He says, is there a ring? Are there rings?
Oh, wow. Oh. Let me roll to see if Wiston remembered the rings.
Okay.
Isn't she beautiful, Clintock?
What a beautiful bride.
Years from now, when they look back on this, the memories of the beautiful bride, the memories of their love shared, the only thing that anyone at this wedding is going to remember is that an otter officiated the ceremony.
Wampus is gonna look around to see if if there's like a painter that's trying to capture the moment.
There's random people who've kind of walked by and stopped because the sight of an otter officiating looks like a wedding between two people who have their face painted. It's
And
kind
a
of very
vermilion
interesting
hat
sight.
and bow tie.
Yes, and Wiston goes, "The ring."
The rings?
Great. That's not a good start.
He kind of looks over at Clintock.
Turns around, looks across the audience in attendance.
Congratulations, Clintock. You were voted the man most likely to have a few acquired rings on your person.
Jeremiah goes up to these decorations on their heads and he pulls off some of the strands of whatever it is in their hair, looking like tree branches
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Yeah.
he like wraps it around his finger and ties it off in a bow tie and does
Oh,
two
yeah.
of them like that.
Okay, Wiston looked so relieved. He was starting to sweat, and the paint was starting to like come off his face, and oh my God!
And I say, there's nothing as nice as being able to be wed by tree branches. Now please repeat after me. And he tells them each, I promise to love you and commit to you my whole life. I promise to be there for you when you need me, to be honest with you, to be faithful to you and you alone, and to walk the valleys of life together, just as we will stand atop the mountains together too, all under the eye of the one true God and in the hands of the great Saint Cuthbert.
Just what he said.
Winston and Nicolette, having proclaimed your love and commitment to one or the other in the eyes of the one true God and these loved ones, and with the power vested in me by by Saint Cuthbert, I'm happy to pronounce you man and wife and kiss you two. And I turn around and say, thank you all so much for joining us here today.
Yes, there's some
May
random
Cuthbert
claps.
bless you all.
There's some random claps from the people who are serving from House Cobbsworth, and those watching from the street. And Wiston and Nicolette, kissed, and then they walk back down the aisle, and they throw like crumpled up leaves and petals at them, and Wiston looks all happy now. Wilfrena, of course, is next to you, Clintock.
Right.
She says, I appreciate you coming through at the last moment. Your friend here.
Well, anything for you, Wilfrena.
So what are your plans when you leave Prigwort? Are you going to be passing back through this way?
Well, periodically, I believe. I mean, I quite like the Dolmen Wood. I'm not sure how long I'll be here, but I still have business here and there.
Have you ever considered a permanent stay?
That is the thought. I don't like to be tied down by tradition, but I would make an exception for a certain someone. It's unclear to me if I've met them yet or not.
Ooh, ooh.
I have some things to ponder.
Well, she says, I understand. And she grabs your hand and she says, I know I've met that someone. And she kind of
Ooh.
walks away from you. So, the brass band is playing some music. You guys, they're given as much, what was that ale I said? Cobb's
It was
worth
like a
ale.
peach. It was like a peach ale.
Yeah, however much you want to drink of that,
So
however
Wampus
much
was
you
handing
want.
it out
Yeah, she
during the
was.
sermon.
Yeah, so everybody's drinking it.
As soon as he realized that there was going to be a mass before the wedding,
And coming up the road in his overalls covered in dirt, coming straight from the field with an eye patch and a hat, is Smyde Humblebuff of House Pilston.
Yeah.
He takes a look at the what is occurring, and he walks over to you, Clintock, and he says, I appreciate you finding my friend Haggett and returning her to Prigwort.
It was the only thing I could do. I had no choice.
Of course, you always have a choice. You could have been like some of these brewmasters and were chicken shits and ran.
Well, yeah, but we know that you're not one of them.
Well, then it brings me to the problem of my two cousins, nephews, who were transformed into worms. I've heard a rumor that there is a well in the Dolmen Wood. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe I can transform them back.
Well, I do intend to visit said well.
He looks at you. He's like, you seem to be, and then he looks over and sees Sybil, and then looks at Jeremiah and says, "It's understand, makes sense."
Yes. Yeah. I think Jeremiah would prefer to stay in said form. I don't know about the bird lady.
I would prefer not to have my spirit splattered all over my face. Such knowledge can be used against you, of course.
but you look so fetching.
Stop trying to make fetch happen, all right? It's not fetch is not going to happen.
My question to you: Are you headed in that direction?
We'll probably be heading that way shortly, but I'd say for the moment, it'd be best to keep your cousins in a terrarium for a bit. Maybe feed them some lettuce. I don't know. What are they? Maybe they have a taste for something else. But I'd happily take them with us.
Fairly certain that worms eat feces.
We could supply those.
Sybil looks at him and says, by my understanding then you're one of the working brewmeisters in this town?
Yes.
My eyes flicker to Clintock. We've heard of a opportunity if there are any young women who find themselves without other support. There's an interesting opportunity we've heard about.
Really?
Yes. So just send them to Clintock. Completely voluntary, but send them to Clintock and he can fill them in on the details. I'm not talking about getting married or dealing with men in any way.
You don't have to hide it, Sybil. It's an all-women's colony of sorts.
Not exactly a nunnery. They have much more flexible beliefs.
So you're not saying, so they have to go willingly.
Of course. You know of any spinsters. Maybe advise them, such.
He looks over at Nicolette. He said, I knew one, not anymore.
Ooh.
Whenever you make your way to that well, let me know.
I'll make sure to stop by the farm before we leave.
I appreciate it. I'm going to leave before the great philosophical debate continues, since you've been sipping that Cobbsworth ale. And he seems to leave. All right, so you're drinking, Wiston and Nicolette are married, and what is your plan for the rest of the day? I mean, obviously you're going to go pick up your stuff at dusk, but
Yeah.
you do have Father Anders' head in the wax in the sack.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take that back to the church, temple, whatever it is. I can't remember what it
He's
is.
part of the Church of the One True God.
So
My character
again,
getting a bath and hair appointment yet?
Yeah, you can get one.
just trying to catch up here, but why are we carrying around a priest's head in a field sack?
It is his brain, and if you must know, it appeared to be alive still. So we had a bag lined in wax that we filled with salt water. Because as I've come to know that basically brain fluid is just salt water, since we evolved from water creatures of some sort.
And some of us have devolved back, and I look at Jeremiah.
Where water creatures, some more than others. Yes, yes, yes.
Evolution is a spectrum that goes back and forth.
So what exactly?
Do as our God calls us to do.
What exactly are we doing with David Byrne here, the talking head? What are we doing with him? Where are we taking him?
Back to the church, and they might have some use for him still.
Okay.
I don't know what, but if nothing else, they would thank us for bringing back one of their fallen members.
Do you think they would really thank us for bringing back a brain?
If in the circumstances, I'm sure they would be understanding.
But what if they don't believe us that it's one of their brains? Like, we were only able to communicate with the brain because it was in an enchanted pillar. In lieu of an enchanted pillar, how will they know whose brain it is?
I'll have you know that I do a pretty good job of convincing people most of the time. If I can't convince them, I can generally buy them off. So we'll take one of those two approaches.
This peach ale is really good. I still don't know why they would even want such a brain, or why they'd want one of their old members. What if we start an inner war in this church with the old and the new enclave, and now they're going at each other because this represents the head of the old enclave of that church.
No pun intended.
Bring up a good point. But have you noticed that Sybil there seems to be making eyes at you? I think she's had maybe a drink or two. You might go chat with her.
Glintock, I have a confession. I'm pretty sure Sybil doesn't like me.
I'm pretty sure Sybil doesn't like anyone. I've only known Sybil for a while now, and she's special. She's certainly special, but I wouldn't say warmth is not a word that comes to mind when I think of Sybil. So yeah.
You don't know Sybil that well. Sybil is a very, very charming and warm kind of creature. She is a very good person indeed.
I'm sure she is a loyal follower of St. Cuthbert, and we all know how.
Oh no, not at all. Not even in the
those-
slightest. She's a little bit batshit insane, to be quite honest with you, but she's very warm.
That fits. That fits.
If Sybil's a good person and she doesn't like me, does that mean I'm a bad person? And he looks into his cup.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Slee, Mr. Slee, again, I've only just met you, but I can say that you're a marvelous chap. There's no issues with you whatsoever.
I knew you would understand.
And I clink Slee's cup. To you, fine sir.
To you and me.
And this odd journey that we're on together.
And Clintock reaches in with his glass, and to budding romantic relationships.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to drop off the
The head, David Byrne.
yeah.
Talking
Yes.
head.
David Berg.
100%.
You know, it occurs to me, Clint, we're old pals here. I have to say, sport, if something terrible were to befall you and someone returned your brain to me, I would be none too pleased to open that sack. I'm not sure that this is a gift that is worthy of receiving. I'm not sure that I would take too kindly to that.
Well, it's all about the delivery. You don't just say, "Oh, here's a sack," and then let them open it. And you're like, "Oh, by the way, brain belongs to."
You at least leave a note that says brain in bag.
We rescued him from Witch Coven.
Wait, no, it's from Young Frankenstein. If we will label the sack Abby Normal.
Okay. I
Abby
didn't realize
Normal
it was-
something or other. Yeah.
But you do
did
bring
not
up
realize it was
that maybe we should buy a more decorative vessel to return it in. Maybe you should
I agree.
a fine glass jar of some sort.
Perhaps there's a gift here at this wedding that would suffice. And I look around for some sort of chalice.
Sure.
the beer keg. Yeah, maybe they have a really good beer keg left over that they can give for this venture.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. You can find something there.
All right, find an appropriate glass vessel.
In the manner with which it should be presented.
It's a little bit blustery and drizzly. You walk down to you leave the party. It wasn't very long.
Right, because Slee and I drank all of the. We were just double fisting, and
Yeah.
the entire keg was drained within 45 minutes. So
Head to the Church of St. Waylay. These 7 concentric arches carved with scenes of angels raising the souls of the dead up to heaven. That is in the entrance. And of course, when you walk in, there's the bell from St. Cloud, and there's a couple people in there. Someone's giving them a tour. You recognize that person instantly in their asparagus green boots
Oh, nice.
and their pink mink coat with chains. It is Og's body, and he is giving them like a tour, talking to them about giving them all this information about the bell and where it was and who St. Cloud was. And he kind of sees you come in and he smiles, and the Reverend Mother comes out. She is a rosy-cheeked human woman, and she has one orange goat-like eye, and she has white hair that's tied into a bun, and she comes out and sees you, Clintock, and she says, "Oh, what brings you to the church today?"
Ox actually looks at her one goat eye and says, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm afraid we have bad news." And then I look at Clint and I say, "Okay, old sport, let's see that silver tongue in action." And then I stand back to watch the fun.
Reverend Mother, most unfortunate news, but I'm sure it is news that while it will find you with a heavy heart, you'll be happy for their return. We've managed to recover a couple of the members of Prigworts who were kidnapped.
Yes, that has gotten around Prigwort. I was relieved, thanks to the one true God, for their safe return.
But we found something else, something quite unsettling in the place that we found them. It appears that this group of witches had been preserving some members of the community.
Oh my.
And, well, we came to find a man by the name of Father Anders.
Oh my. Is this true? Yes?
Yes. We brought him back in the best state that we possibly could. And now I know this might be mortifying, so I don't want to disturb you too much, but underneath this cloth is, well, what remains of Father Anders. His brain. It was preserved in a crystal in a pillar. Sadly, the crystal did not make it, but we did return the brain.
And we have encased it in this beautiful crystal chalice, that fitting of a man of such stature.
Yes. We figured that his final resting place should be no better than here.
I thank you for bringing it here. It is interesting that it was taken by witches. Yes, Father Anders. I'll have to check the old lore. His name, it does sound familiar. I believe he vanished maybe 150 years ago. So
Sybil says, one thing that Clintock perhaps did not make explicit, the crystal pillar allowed us to talk to him. So at least up to the point that we freed him, he is actually alive. If you have anyone who could speak mind to mind, I would make sure, have them check and see if he is still alive at this point.
yes.
It would be a terrible shame to inter his remains as he is still alive.
Yes.
That is definitely matters for the one true God to and myself to ponder. I thank you for your respect for the Father, and she takes it very carefully. She doesn't seem to mind that Jeremiah is otter. I thank you once again, Clintock, for your assistance to the church.
Yes, consider it an offering.
Yes. If you don't mind, I would like to go deal with this presently and see what I can do with it. She takes it, scurries back into the depths of the church.
Yeah.
Og's body's kind of distracted. He's kind of looking. What the hell was that? Okay. Oh, back. Yes. And he gives his little, talk about the church bell and everything. All right. So I would assume you're going to go pick up your clothes, your new
Yep.
duds.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get ready for the coronation.
Yeah.
And I need to visit an armor or something because I have a sword that I can no longer use unless somebody else can use the sword. And I'd like to try to pick up a cudgel, which is basically I'm allowed to use clubs, so I figure I'll call it a cudgel. because the Saint Cuthbert is the order of the cudgel,
Okay.
and a sling and a spear.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Go to the market square, get those items. That's fine.
Okay. Can I sell what would I sell my sword at, and what would I buy at? Like,
You can use the book price, and then for selling it, you get half.
sell it half and buy it book price?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I know I'm allowed to use a club. Is there a shillelagh? I don't remember one
I don't know.
in OSE.
A special one.
There could be one. You just say it's a shillelagh.
It's a club by any other name.
I mean, a shillelagh is a club. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a club.
It just has a
Just the Irish
knot,
word for it.
a knot at the end of it.
yeah.
I used to keep one under my bed.
Nice.
So if I'm allowed to use a spear, am I allowed to use a javelin, like an axolotl, with my sling?
I wouldn't see why not, since it's just literally a throwing spear.
It's a throwing
Yeah.
spear, right?
That's fine. Yeah.
So not to metagame, but how does an otter handle a spear?
These otter folk think there's a 5e. I had them pulled up, but they have regular hands, I think. Otter folk are more like
No, I'm
bipedal thing.
referring more to the size. Like, I think
Well, it's cut to his size, right? He
Oh,
did
Yeah,
size.
you cut it to your size. Like, it wouldn't
okay,
be
yeah,
a full-length spear, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a 10-foot spear or an 8-foot.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to picture this otter wielding a thing that's 3 times his size. Like, yeah.
That's why I was thinking more along the lines of maybe carrying the javelins. I'm trying to decide if that might be more along the lines of what I should be doing. But yeah, I mean, I could see him carrying like a 6-foot spear. He's 4 foot tall, carrying a 6-foot spear, right?
Right.
So,
I mean, you could always have like a giant pike, like the equivalent of a giant pike, which would just be like a normal long spear, probably for you.
maybe. I'm still trying to figure all that out, so I'll give that a little bit while I'm going, because I want to make sure I keep the flavor right too.
Right.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, too many weapons are functionally the same, like doily or a club or a Joe, or I mean, it's a stick somewhere about this long with a little lump in it. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, I see his cudgel being as a very small cudgel, right? Like it's this long. It's like a foot long. It's like a billy club kind of thing. It's just a knot of wood at the end that he. As a matter of fact, he can probably just on his way walking back to Prigwort, probably would have found something
Like a knee
to
breaker.
use. Yeah,
At knee height.
and he
to
just
basically break knees of the enemies.
so while he's here in town, he just finds a strap of leather or something that he can weave onto the end.
Yeah.
So, like hang it from a belt of the leather armor that he's wearing, and, like pull it up and whack somebody in the back of the head with it. Say a particular apprentice who has been drinking too much today.
Yeah, reflexes. The reflexes are a little slow. Had a bit too much, but
You go by the tailors.
Yep.
He is not there, but your items are sitting inside, his little entryway on racks.
that free goods.
Oh, I already
The
did.
interesting question. I left it. I said that I would, because I saw how he reacted to Ox. I said that I would leave it up to his discretion. So, how good or bad was his discretion in my case?
Okay, so for Sybil, you have a lavender petticoat that is, you realize it is made out of reindeer skin with matching pantaloons.
Wow. Okay.
Lavender and gold go together well, and reindeer skin is actually quite, I mean, it's not just frippery. It's not just something that's going to, take one little scratch and obviously be bad. So from Sybil's point of view, I mean, his discretion was actually quite good.
So for Ox, it's a cerise-colored officer's jacket made out of bark cloth.
Beautiful.
With the gold embroidery and the brass buttons that you said. The calf skin tri-corner hat, it's made out of calf skin. It's the same cerise color. And you have with the leather boots. For Wampus, you have a verdigris doublet that's made out of, you realize it's made out of some skin, it's snake skin.
Wampus never really imagined himself in snakeskin, but after putting it on, he sees it.
He's all Wampus.
That's funny because Sybil was imagining him in snakeskin quite a bit.
Resplendent, Mr. Sleeve, resplendent. Now, where's the wine, the music, and the adoration of the masses?
We have to get dressed first.
Truly, this will be a night to remember.
All right. There are various drinking establishments. You can go to the Oaf-in-the Oast again if you want. You could go to the Wrinkled Medlar, but that's a little bit more upscale.
Did you say upscale?
Yeah.
I think we have a new destination, fine gentlemen. Oh, and lady.
Yes, you could go there. Clintock can get in there.
Yep.
Okay. So if you wish to go there and have some drinks, you can. The door that was damaged during the attack on Prigwort has been repaired. The doorman sees you come up and
nice.
lets you in, of course. Takes a couple narrow looks at Wampus. He's very happy to see that you are all dressed appropriately for this establishment.
What is on the menu tonight? You can see it's a special occasion.
Ah, yes, it is. What is the occasion, may I ask?
We're celebrating the return of a companion once we thought lost, but has become found.
Well, that is definitely a reason to celebrate.
And also the coronation.
Oh,
That
yes,
too.
the coronation of the new mayor. I've heard that. I heard that they're waiting for all the guests to arrive.
Well, maybe a single drink and then we move on.
Single drink.
Well, if they're waiting for the guest to arrive. They'll wait for
Well,
us.
it will be a few days, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And more than a single drink.
Any drinks then?
Tonight's special is crab pudding with candied goose.
You had me at crabs.
Is there any? Oh, I want the crab pudding. No goose.
You have your own little private. They give you a private room,
Yeah.
a little dining area. So the sign over the wrinkled medlar is a dog's paw reaching towards a desiccated medlar fruit atop a luxurious cushion of purple velvet. There is a strict no weapon policy, but the doorman kind of gives a wink and a nod as long as you don't display them, and he's kind of inclined for you to have weapons considering what has happened recently.
Yeah.
And that there is some music, some violins playing. But when you come in, you realize that on the main floor, there seems to be people who, well, in the past, probably wouldn't get through the doorman, but they seem to be here. They look to be lower class, and they're eating just exactly what you're eating. They're all kind of crowded around.
Sounds odd. Behold, good people. The very essence of elegance has arrived. No need to bow. No need to bow. Though, of course, I won't stop you. After all, when one looks this splendid, a little reverence is only natural. Might I ask how individuals of your station are here this evening?
And just as you say that, coming down the stairs is a slender woman with cropped brown hair. And wearing a scarlet gown with gold earrings. It is Madrid Highball, the proprietor of the Wrinkled Medlar. She says, by my invitation, sir, of course.
Hello, Madrid. Excuse me.
Clintock.
He's not aware of the current events so much. We've tried to bring him up to speed, but he's a little slow sometimes.
Oh, that is fine. That is fine. These are the more unfortunate of Prigwort. I believe it is important to give back and make sure that they have their bellies are full and they get a good night's rest. I was so fortunate for so long, and in the blink of an eye, that could have been gone. And I am here to repay that.
Well, yes, obviously, and I'm sure your kindness will be looked upon favorably.
Yes, there is a coronation supposed to happen with the new mayor.
Yes. But I heard that they're waiting for guests. Do you know who they're waiting for?
Yes, I'm not sure about how these invitations are being sent or who is sending them. I do have a few guesses, but someone said they're waiting on the mayor's family to arrive. But I don't know, or others associated with some group called the Thunderous Fury.
I see. I've heard of them before. But I didn't realize the mayor had family. Thought he was just birthed from some sort of hole in the ground.
No, Clintock, of course. Everyone has a family.
Somewhere, John Thor's ears are just ringing.
I mean, the man is salt of the earth. You don't get much more humble than John Tor. I think he'll make a fine mayor, if I do say so myself.
Yes, I think he will do Prigwort. He will treat Prigwort well.
Yeah.
I believe that.
He means us.
I hope you enjoy the dining this evening. I do have a private room for you. You may have some obviously drinks and enjoy yourselves.
And before you go, have you heard anything interesting, any interesting news that might be of some use?
Daphne did come by, spoke to her. She seems to be in the new mayor's hip pocket most of the time. But,
yes.
I've heard a few things, but I'm trying to extricate myself from those kind of activities. They seem to seem more complications than what they're worth. I'm trying to focus now on helping Prigwort and refocusing my aspirations to those less fortunate.
Well, it's very important, but I would tell you the less fortunate need jobs as well. And
Yes.
oftentimes, the less fortunate are overlooked in the room. So you might find them to be useful at the old task that you had taken.
Yes, I don't want to put them in any trouble, but
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
Politics, intrigue, and a free banquet? What more could a man ask for?
All I say is don't underestimate them. They may be of the lowest class, but give them opportunities and you'll see them rise to the occasion.
and she looks at your retinue. Yes, you and your group is proof of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Well, I mean, Jeremiah can't talk. He was in jail.
Yeah. Now he's an otter.
Now he's an otter.
Yeah, you're gonna dine on crab pudding and candied goose, however you think that is supposed to be served. It is served that way. The question
Can I
would
get
be,
just the crabs and a rock?
yes, they will make an exception for you.
So I'm sitting at the table, taking the crabs. Oh, I didn't ask for a rock. No, I had my own killing rock.
oh, I just got what you were saying there.
So
Oh,
a messenger comes in as you guys are drinking and having a good time, and it's the message from the other group. So whatever you sent, your group sent this group. That's what you got. I forget what it was.
It was basically we're headed to the well if you want to join us.
In that we were at that place, yeah.
If you want to join us, this is going to be our route. Please,
The other group asked this group to meet them at Lankshorn, if I recall.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
That's like the nearest city to where the well is at.
So you're getting glasses of Buxton Fizz, a clear, sparkling wine that tastes of bitter herbs. It brings on dreamlike visions.
Visions
Ooh.
and philosophy.
Oh boy.
I think that's a spirit quest.
So the question would be like, if there's anything you intend to do this evening, if some of you are carousing, like drinking to the point where we need to make rolls, or we're just going to roll it into the next day.
I'm not carousing.
Yeah, Sybil is definitely not.
Jeremiah will never carouse again.
Okay. Famous last words. Yeah. Okay.
And this
Yeah.
time, I really mean it.
I think Wampus will carouse.
Oh, good. All right.
No, I think Jeremiah has fully accepted. I mean, he's accepted being changed into a freaking otter. Like he's fully accepted the word of Cuthbert at this point.
If Slee is gonna carouse, Ox is certainly gonna carouse. Just keep the drinks flowing and the music lively, and I'll call it a success. So
Let's see. You could also do philanthropy, Jeremiah, if you wanted to do that.
What is that?
You kind of do good. I mean, you could go this evening and like preach the word of Saint Cuthbert, spend the evening doing that. Or do something, you know what I mean? Something like that.
I get what you mean.
open some of those crabs and give the meat to the homeless.
As much as he is actually inspired to do things like that, I think he's working on he's working on his. Did you see what I put up in the chat thing about the spirit, the shillelagh thing?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
I think he's working on he's going to work on practicing how to use that.
Okay.
Because he's learned from Karn that practice makes perfect. And and then he's also going to make sure that he gets to bed good and early because he has not slept much. And he's going to have to make sure that he's up at 4 a.m.
All right. Okay, so for Wampus and Ox, roll 2d6 and let's see what happens.
3.
Oh, 7. Sorry.
7. All right, so at some point the evening, things kind of break off, and Clintock leaves, Jeremiah leaves, and Sybil heads back. So Ox, you come too. Whoa. And you're at that table downstairs with all the people that you saw before.
Yep.
And you're staring across from somebody, and there's 5 gold pieces on this table, and there's a bunch of mugs next to you. Give me a roll. Give me a con check. Roll under your con.
And this is a roll under, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I rolled a 6. So
Okay. So you down whatever this alcohol is. It wouldn't be that Buxton Fizz, but it's
whatever I could get my hands on. Yeah.
Somebody brought in like some Barrel Blaster, which is a robust ale, like with a rich iron-like flavor. It causes belching and goggling. So somebody had brought like a case of this in, and it's like late, and they just pass out on the ground, and everybody cheers. You get 10 gold pieces.
Nice.
You go outside, so like the party breaks up, and you realize you're like the only one here of your group, and you go out, and you're like, oh shit, because you're new to Prigwort, really not sure where the hell you are. But you're like, yeah, I think it's this way. And then stepping outside the Wrinkled Medlar, you kind of stumble over somebody, and you realize it's Wampus, and he is passed out. But the thing about but you have to look twice because and the doorman is gone, like he's left. But Wampus is wearing this big velvet helm, and he's got like a sack of like random items next to him, and he is not in the clothes that he came with.
So he lost his beautiful new clothes from the tailor?
He doesn't seem to be wearing them, no.
Slee, old chum. Are you dead or merely contemplating the mysteries of the universe from the floor? Blink twice if you need help.
Is Wampus unconscious?
You can wake up. Yeah, you wake up.
My head feels like velvet. That's not the alcohol, is it?
No. They say a man's true character is rewarded, when he's drunk. But if that's the case, Slee, you're apparently quite fond of face-down naps in other people's clothing.
Oh.
You've had quite the evening, haven't you?
And Slee, when you do that, you realize you have one blue mitten on one of your hands.
I think I was jumped.
Oh, Slee, you magnificent disaster. Let's get you up before someone draws a mustache on you. Oh, wait. Too late.
At least I have a mitten. That's something.
Where are your clothes, Slee?
I don't remember.
What are you going to wear? That magnificent lavender helm to the coronation?
It's lavender?
It is. Quite striking, actually.
Oh, lavender is my secondary color.
All right, Slee, up you go. This is no place for a man of your caliber. Let's find you a bed before the chickens start roosting on you, huh? Come on, let's go.
Okay, he starts crawling up and puts his arm around you. His breath heavy with alcohol.
With some help from some of the guards to make sure that you end up in the right place, you end up back at the Clatched Antler to rest in the guest house. Probably waking everybody up when you show up, and passing out as you get a knock at the door at 6 a.m.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we forget, is my character's con coming back naturally now that we've had a couple of days of rest, or is it still stuck?
Roll a d4.
If she's still stuck, she's going to go by the church, much as she thinks that they are somewhat deluded on the nature of gods. Roll the 4.
Okay, it comes back.
Okay, good.
Jeremiah has already been up.
Okay, good.
Out doing calisthenics.
Okay.
And has brought back breakfast for everybody.
Oh,
it's
shit.
sitting on the table. He's not waking anybody up. He's not that mean. He's not Karn. But he's got breakfast on the table when the knock arrives at the door. He's already said his prayers and everything for the day.
Okay. All right. So yeah, there's a knock at the door. You go
By
answer.
all means, let's chat at this delightful hour. I'm sure Slee's throbbing headache and parched throat won't mind at all.
Jeremiah cracks the door open and says, "Shh, friends are sleeping."
My apologies. You realize it's Sir Rickon. My apologies.
And I look back at my friends. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're important. Come on in. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. Rickon's here.
Okay.
Sir Rickon walks in with his polished plate mail clanking as he comes in.
Are you coming to find out who took my doublet? I
No.
knew it was important.
Flintock opens an eye and sees that he's not wearing his clothes from last night and says, I paid good money for that.
It wasn't me, Clint. It wasn't me. I tried to keep an eye on him as best I could. He's a wild one. He's a wild one, that Slee is.
I had spell slots available or left from yesterday. So if there was anything in the roll where an illusion could have changed the outcome, he probably would have done that.
Okay.
I mean, at least he's still wearing last night's regrets. So there's
Yeah. And last night's cologne.
And he did the walk of shame.
I must have been jumped. That's probably why Sir Rickon's here.
Sure.
Isn't that right, Sir Rickon? You're going to help figure out who stole my clothes.
No. I think that's
You're gonna need this tea and this crumpet, and you're gonna want to listen to Sir Rickon.
Oh, Flintock and retinue, I want to personally thank you for the return of Hagen to Jerichorn, returning her from which what I heard was some sort of witch coven or something, according to Olga.
Yes. Yes, it was indeed. But they'll not be a problem any longer.
Okay. There's been reports of crookhorns to the south, but just some scouts. I don't believe that they are headed in this direction. I think they're headed west.
Well, we should keep an eye on it still.
Yes.
Otherwise, everything else has been fine.
Yes. The new mayor's coronation should happen within the next 7 days, but I'm unclear. But I've been told, at least by a message from Lady Harrimore, that we're unsure when that will happen. All the word we got from the Earl of Yellow was when all the guests arrive.
I see. Well, I think we're still waiting on part of my retinue who had left town a little bit earlier, but they should be back soon. I have no idea, though. I heard that John Tor's parents, or, well, family, I don't know if it's his parents that are still alive, but his family is going to attend.
I've heard that as well.
Do you know where they're coming from?
I have no idea where they're coming from, but from what I understand, time and transportation usually is not a problem for the Earl of Yellow.
I see. Well, hopefully we don't have to wait 7 days then.
No.
Wow. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you thanking us in person. Now I would like to get some more sleep.
Yes.
And everyone wakes up at 6 in the morning around here.
Oh no, it's 4. But here, I brought you tea and crumpets.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeremiah. Must really fight the urge to pat you on the head. But thank you for the tea and crumpets.
No, you might crumple my hat.
Well, I understand. And just like reaches for a crumpet, shoves it in his mouth, and then rolls back into bed.
All right. Okay. So let's see.
25th day.
Yeah, it's cloudy and windy today. 25th day of Simswald. So what is your guys' plan? I mean, other than Wampus is losing his clothes.
We have to find Wampus's clothes, right?
Yeah, I think that's Wampus's that's his new goal for the day.
Friends, this is clothes. Our friends have asked us to join them and meet them at Lankshorn. What is wrong with clothes?
Yeah.
There's a possible conflict there. Are we staying? Because it appears to me that if we go to Lankshorn, by the time we get to the well and back, we will have missed the coronation, and vice versa. If we stay for the coronation, we may well miss them on the way to the well. So it appears to me, and admittedly I'm an outsider and new to the woods, but I've looked at the maps, that we have a choice. It's one or the other, but not both.
When's the coronation?
It sounds like when the coronation's when all the guests arrive, but if that guest list includes the rest of the party that's at the well, then the coronation won't start until they get back, which means that we can go and meet with them because it certainly won't start until they get back.
Companions on the way to the well already?
I believe so. I believe that's what that's what the letter suggested. Unless they've died along the way, I think they'll probably be on their way there.
I said it wrong. That his companions would be invited to the wedding, and therefore that indeed it would be our wedding, coronation, that indeed it would be held, waited on until he gets back.
Oh, I could not believe that John Tor wouldn't wait for Orion to return to see him accept such a position. He wouldn't want to miss the story, so to speak, to continue the song.
Well, then, of course, should be obvious then. It makes more sense, at least to me, that we continue on to the well and then come back for the coronation.
Yes, and hopefully in that time, they will have found your clothes, Wampus.
I mean,
did you check the local dump yet?
To be honest, the lavender helm is quite striking. It really is. It's a good look. It's a good look.
I think I like it better than the beret.
I agree. I agree. It's a good look.
But I would like to pair it with my verdigris doublet.
We can buy you more clothes, but our friends have requested our aid and us to join them.
We will go. We will go. Why do you gotta throw hard decisions at 6 a.m.? Why couldn't we wait till 9?
Would you like some tea and crumpets? Would this help?
It's 6 a.m.
Perhaps if
and
you
he's
hadn't stayed
hungover.
out so late carousing, this would be a whole lot easier for you.
If you're not holding a cup of coffee or the promise of silence, then Slee doesn't want to hear anything from you. So
You're all so loud.
Is there such a thing as coffee here?
Has to be.
Oh, well then I've got coffee and tea and crumpets. I know this crowd.
All right. So is that the plan to go to Lankshorn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wampus is going to stop by the mayor's office.
to lodge a formal complaint.
To lodge a formal, to start a formal investigation about the whereabouts of his missing clothes.
And a formal complaint against Sir Rickon for
Yes,
the 6 a.m. wake up call.
Question on that. I mean, he's obviously known to you, and you defer to him somewhat, but who is Sir Rickon?
Jeremiah fills her in on Sir Rickon, all the exploits and the things that he's done with Karn and the battle at Prigwort, and he was involved in that.
And the Abbey.
At the Abbey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where we ran into the first of
The fight
or
with
three
the,
Gloams.
Yeah, with the Gloams.
So you gather your guys, gather your gear and stuff and head down to file a complaint down at the town hall where John Tor probably is.
He wants
So you
to
get
start an investigation.
Yeah, so the market is there. And there's people selling different goods, and there's the beer vendors, but you spot somebody you recognize, Fitzhugh Dingport, and he is wearing a very stylish verdigris snakeskin doublet, and you see him standing there, and he says, "All right," and he walks over to. There's like 3 people in front of him. He has like this huge cloak, and he throws the cloak over this random person, and he said, and then he picks up another like large cloak and plops it over, and he's got like cut out for his head, and he drops it over himself. He says, "Behold," and he grabs it and pulls it off of him and looks. He's like, and then he pulls up his thing, and he's wearing the same thing. He said, "It worked last night. I swear it did." And everybody's like, "Oh man!" And somebody throws him like a random copper piece.
Isn't that drunkard wearing your doublet?
That fucker. And Wampus goes and he walks up to him like kind of determined, and he says, "That is my verdigris doublet. You took it from me last night.
Oh, you were the one.
Give
I
it
knew
back.
it worked.
Give it back, or else."
Okay, and he takes the cloak and drapes it over you, and he puts it over himself. Watch this. Pulls it up, and you're still wearing the same stuff. He said,
"Just take it off."
Oh, you used your illusions last night to pull a trick on him. Great. Okay,
fine. Oh, do you have my sack of random things?
Sack of random things.
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like I'll have to go back to juggling then.
So we'll start undressing in the middle of the market, so we we can change clothes here, or at least like the doublet part.
Yeah. Okay. He agrees to that.
I imagine
Well-
some people are just used to this at some point. They see Wampus taking his clothes off at the market. It's like, well, it is Wednesday.
At
So
6 a.m. Yes.
So yes, so Fitzhugh is flummoxed because he can't figure out how he pulled that trick off last night, but he can't do it again. So he goes back to juggling and then looks in his little container, his little box that he's collecting donations, and picks up like 6 silver pieces, hands it to a local merchant. It's like, here you go. You give him back the blue mitten.
Give him back the what?
The blue mitten.
Yeah, we'll give him back.
I mean, he's happy about that. So
we're heading out of town. We could use someone to entertain us.
really,
Fitzhugh.
how much? I mean, I just paid this local merchant here to perform in front of her booth. What does it cost for me to go?
We run into wealth along the way. We can work out payment along.
I mean, I think I
journey.
already owe you for the performance there at the council meeting. I think.
Yes, you do owe us the artist promotion fee. This is true.
We could use a juggler.
Wait, aren't you my mentor?
And that's why I'm calling you to join us.
Well, it's hard to tell without the face paint and everything. Did you change your hair?
Put the beret back on, Sleep. He'll recognize you then.
You recognize me now?
Well, okay, then yes, I can join you. When do you depart for this well? Is there a performance at this well that has to be done? And will there be an audience?
Something like that. I understand there's a few. I understand that we are probably expecting some company there as well as along the way.
Oh,
An audience, he means, an audience.
well, or is it Lankshorn? Where are you?
We are heading to Lankshorn first, and then we have business to attend to afterwards.
Well, the traveling troupe that I was with left. Maybe I'll run back into them. I think I owe them some money. Didn't get a chance to pay them before they left town, but
Feeling, my friend.
I will join your company. Yes, and entertain you along the way. Provide whatever is needed.
I hope you still have that stuffed rat.
Of course.
You will need it.
Yes, because that's about level of these guys' entertainment.
Stuffed rats, squirrels, and otters.
But I have a curious question here. I can understand paying sometimes to be in a good venue, like you mentioned the council, but you keep mentioning payment for everything else. Why are you paying?
Sybil,
Performers are usually
ixnay on that line of questioning, Sybil. Why
Sybil, leave business.
would anyone ever look a gift horse in the mouth? Well, like, the man clearly has enough honor to pay to accompany us. You should allow him to pay to accompany us without questioning the matter.
Sybil, you don't understand the entertainment industry. This is just the way this works.
Doesn't everybody pay to perform?
Yes, they do.
Exposure.
Yes, they do. It's a promotional fee. Yes.
right. I see.
That's exactly how that works. I've actually seen it myself very often.
I believe it is the 111th tenet of St. Cuthbert that performers must pay for the privilege.
It's not a tenet of St. Cuthbert.
It could be. It's in the fine print. It's in the fine print, Jeremiah.
Really not.
You have to read subsection A, Roman numeral 11.
Cuthbert doesn't look
it's a
kindly
very,
on
very, very
performers.
fine print at the end of the pamphlet. I know, I saw it. I studied it. I studied it myself.
Cuthbert
If
doesn't.
Wiston were here, he could attest to the fact that is tenet 111. Yes.
No, Cuthbert doesn't approve of performers. But I shall take this time to try to change the evil ways that this one is going upon.
You will do no such thing.
Why not?
Fitzhugh is well, and he puts his arm around him. Fitzhugh and I are he's mine. I'm teaching him the ways of the
I'm
world.
going to teach you the ways of Cuthbert, and then you'll teach him.
Sure.
So Sybil is making mental note for herself, and she will follow through just so that we don't necessarily have to play it out, but she will find a time with Fitzhugh, with nobody else obviously in close hearing range, except maybe Jeremiah, who she doesn't mind that much, and put her arm around him and lean in and whisper in his ear, "Run away. You can do better. They will do worse." So just to put that thought in your ear, she is going to be a little killjoy in this particular little instance. Yes, and I know Ox is thinking, in this particular instance, she's a killjoy all the time, but no.
I almost forgot about my bird.
Oh yeah.
And I am sitting here, well, because Ox needs to know about the bird that follows me everywhere. And for the life of me in my notes, I can't find what the name of the bird was. Or had I just, no, we didn't know the name of the bird yet, did we? That's what it was. Okay.
You had to name. I think you had to name it though.
Did I?
Yeah, it's like the size of I think a raven. Yeah, I don't think you named the bird.
It was a raven, wasn't it?
It was the size of a raven.
It was just like Karn had been with Brutus Cromwell Ashford III. He was waiting to find out what
for it to reveal its name to
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We've got Sybil, Clintock, Ox, Jeremiah, Slee, and Fitzhugh Dingport making your way to Lankshorn. Are you leaving today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner the better.
Sooner the better. Nice. What is your plan, Clintock, with the witches?
I'm still filling it out, but I'm thinking about maybe a triple cross or double cross. Getting one over on the witches coven, because the hags seem to try and help us. So even though that hasn't always worked out for us, like I do feel some allegiance to the hags. They tried to steer us in the direction against bad things happening. So
only because they want us to live so we can serve them.
Well, yeah, but there's a chance that everyone ends up happy here. Well, by everyone, I mean Clintock.
Everyone, yes. By everyone, you mean you.
Clintock does a wonderful job of looking out for himself, but if you are in Clintock's retinue or what he considers important to him, he does a good job of looking out for you too. So Clintock is loyal to the people around him.
Yes, I got that idea. It's the only reason I would feel like honoring deals with a soulless.
I gave up my soul for the rest of my friends.
I risked my life and my soul for you. He gave up his soul for his friends.
Really?
It's true.
Story I heard from Karn.
Wait a minute. We didn't tell Karn that. That's the sort of thing that would have.
Wasn't Karn right there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
But that's the sort of thing that would have Karn trying to off Clintock right out of the bat.
Well, yeah, it was an after the fact kind of situation that it came to light. Not anywhere like immediately near it happening, but eventually it came out.
no, I think Karn saw that happening and just sort of went, well, that's your soul.
Yeah, fair enough.
But he hasn't been, because that's part of why he hasn't been proselytizing to Clintock ever since.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he gave up his soul. Well, pearls before swine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
that was hard to miss.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
Sybil hears this from somebody that she actually trusts, and she actually gives a short bow to Clintock and says, "I have maligned you in my thoughts where it was perhaps wrong. I do apologize."
Oh, well, I will take that as a win, and I expect many more to follow.
You really have them fooled, don't you, Clint?
I don't fool anyone that doesn't fool themselves.
Good point. Good point.
Now, he really did give up his soul for everybody.
I once gave my last coin to a beggar. Well, I mean, it wasn't real or anything, and I did end up swiping his coin purse in the process. But it was the thought that counted. I gave up my last worldly possession and ended up enriching myself through it. So,
All right. Anything you need to do before you head out to make your way to Lankshorn?
yeah, I asked Fitzhugh if he has any more silver left in his purse because he could dance for me if he wanted to. If he has the coin, I would certainly watch him dance. So
no, he's absolutely broke at this point. He paid
too
everything.
bad. Too bad, Fitzhugh. Sorry.
Let's see.
Should we, if we're going to be taking a journey for a few days, are we going to outfit ourselves or like any beasts of burden or anything like that before we go?
How long of a trip is it?
It's only a few days, but yeah.
There are settlements between on the way, so we shouldn't need to carry too much.
Yeah.
We can just pick up supplies along en route.
Jeremiah's
So-
probably going to drop the number of rations that he's carrying because he's no longer the beast of burden for Karn either. And he can forage for himself now.
Yeah.
According to my character sheet, I'm actually fairly well equipped, so I don't really need anything. But if anybody else needs anything.
I'm good.
Oh, I've got standard camping supplies, but I'm gonna need to pick up some food unless this is like, is this a route that has inns, etc. on it?
That is the question you have to answer. Like, you can go a known route, but it's going to take longer. Or you could cut out, the route kind of does this to get to Lankshorn. Or you can just cut straight through.
Yeah.
I just dropped 7 days of rations off of Jeremiah's thing that you could pick up and have.
Okay, well,
Because not being a paladin anymore and carrying around all that stuff, and he's not carrying it around for Karn, and he doesn't have the benefit of a horse anymore, it makes sense to lighten the load.
Yeah.
And
okay,
he can also do a lot of his own scavenging as a druid and an otter.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll add 7 days of rations to my stuff, then I am pretty well stocked because I've got basic camping supplies if we end up.
But I probably
If we
buy
end
some
up-
leather care items for my leather armor because Karn has taught me to take good care of my armor.
Take care of your armor and it will take care of you.
So you guys are not, I'm going to make an assumption you're not taking horses and stuff like that. You're going to walk.
No.
No.
Dingport really doesn't know, and you probably shouldn't trust his judgment. I mean, he has some idea how to get to Lankshorn, but if you mention it to Sir Rickon, he would gladly go with you because if your intent is to take a more direct path, he could probably find that path for you. And he's a little bit concerned that you're going out west of Prigwort because the Crookhorns may be in that area.
Sybil sort of raises her eyebrows at that and goes, "Ah, Sir Rickon, you truly deserve your title. It is so nice to meet a helpful, upstanding knight. I would be most appreciative. But I have to ask, who do you serve?"
Oh, House Harrimore, of course.
"Ah, but who does House Harrimore serve? Their spirit or god?"
I believe they serve the one true God, if I'm not mistaken.
"Ah, thank you for the clarification."
All right. You all have bedrolls. You would have known that, pick up bedrolls. You have a cooking pot. So somebody has the cooking pot for your camping. And if you want to take tents, you can take tents. But it's spring, so you may not really need one. This shouldn't be that cold.
I don't
you had
tent
go
or a bedroll because I don't need them anymore.
okay.
What is the shortcut? Like what's the path the route with Rickon? Is that because like we can't cross Lake Longmere.
So he's gonna go like directly south to like the woodcutters camp
Okay.
and cut across there.
Gotcha. Well,
Or he may take a different path. Maybe he'll go a little bit north.
we'd be happy to have your company, Sir Rickon.
Well, considering everything you've done for Prigwort, this is the least I can do. And I also will be able to get an idea of where the Crookhorns, where Captain Snarscorn and the rest of his army have gone. This will give us a better idea.
Well, I think it's totally reasonable then. We should head out as soon as possible to get the jump on them.
Yes. So you leave Prigwort. All right, Dustin, give me a D6 roll.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill, you haven't heard why everybody thinks Sybil is a raving nutcase yet, because Jeremiah and she have mostly settled their disputes by agreeing not to talk about it. But she has some interesting views on religions and spirits.
Interesting.
So you encounter a small band of travelers in the first 2 hours. Headed, they're coming from Fog Lake, and they just kind of greet you as you go by. There's like 5 of them. You kind of make nods.
Particularly wealthy or anything?
They're not, I wouldn't say merchants. They're probably lower class.
All right. Well, I'll just do a quick flash of the compass as we walk by.
All right, roll a d6.
2.
Yeah, no, they don't have any gems on them.
Nice. Well, not nice. That'd be nice.
All right, Wes, give you a d6 roll.
Yep. 6.
You're traveling down a path that looks familiar. It is, a tangled forest, but you've been down this path. This is the path you took when you, let's see, when you found Madrid
Oh,
from
okay.
the ogres, okay?
Yeah.
And you see, like, there's an adventuring group, different from the other group because these people have weapons, and they come up the path as they see you and kind of stop and give you a look, and they say, we're looking for some caves. You heard any rumors of worms in this area?
Well, I might have heard something, but I do have to ask, are you really prepared to take on such a creature?
We have to.
Were
We
you
heard
willing
that
to become an otter?
We heard that it has a very substantial treasure.
Are you willing to have your form changed forever?
You mean with the wealth that we'll find? Of course.
I mean, with the dangers that you will find.
I
You
like the
don't.
cut of this guy's jib. I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
say
you
it's kinda
don't brandish
stood
a
out right.
sword and trek out into the Dolmenwood because you're afraid.
This is true.
How much gold do you have on you? Or precious gemstones or magic items? We'll just get down to brass tacks here.
And so, is this for information? Is this what you want to know?
Yes, information always has a price. And if you're going to that location, I would at least like some of your possessions to have not met the same fate as so many others. They should really be going to some use.
So you know where this place is.
Oh yes, yes. I can walk you right to the front door, so to speak. But like I said, some of your possessions, whichever ones you're willing to part with, would be great because the rest are just going to be in the bottom of that cave or in the stomach of that worm.
Appreciate your cautions. He throws down a sack. You hear it hit the ground. It looks like there's some gold. Where's it at?
Let me count it first. I open up the bag and count the money.
It's 54 gold pieces.
54. Sure, I'll let you go to your deaths now. And then how far off is it from where we're at currently?
It's probably like an hour away.
Sure, I'll lead them there. What's an hour? Let's lead these gentlemen to their death that they so eagerly await.
Okay, all right.
So I say the last rites of Cuthbert over them as we are heading out that way. And if anybody asks what I'm doing, I tell them, well, I used to be a human paladin before I met these caves, and well, this is what has happened to me.
Oh, it's not these caves. Clintock's referring to something different. Not the witch caves.
Oh.
The worm cave.
Oh, the worm. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I was like, you guys are just gonna die.
Yeah, they're just gonna die. No, yep. Say the last rites over. I don't remember which cave it is now.
As you're like half an hour in, do all of you go, or is it just Clintock? All of you following Clintock?
So,
Is it on the way? I mean, it's on the way, right?
It's kind of like off the path, so you
Don't split the party.
Yeah, we probably should just.
Don't split the party.
also, Clintock would never go with a group of armed strangers if he didn't.
You're right. One of them, like halfway, and one of them, the one who's leading is like, "You sure this is the right way?" And one of the ones in the back says, "Yeah, it's the right way. Trust me." So,
so been here before.
no, we just know you're telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
That's odd.
So yeah, you lead them to like the bramble where that area was, and you through that brush there, and and then you head back.
I say before they go down, I was like, do you mind tying a rope to your bodies when you go down and tying them straight? If you have enough rope, I think that's probably a solid idea, so that somebody can pull out your corpse and hopefully deliver it to your family.
Yeah, don't worry, we got it, friend.
All right.
This is why Sybil is saying jack shit nothing about it. They're morons. Really want to do this? They're morons.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
As we're starting to walk away, I turn to Ox and say, well, if you'd like to stay for some entertainment, we can listen at the top of the chasm if you want, but we should probably get back on the road, but I'm not going to stop you.
No, it's fine. I'll trust you.
Bill, give me a d6 roll.
2.
All right, roll a d20.
2. Double deuce.
All right, so you guys get back on the path and continue south. through this tangled forest. 4 hours passed. It is getting close to night. The sun is beginning to set, and you hear noise coming up as you're walking down this path ahead of you, like a large group of creatures coming towards you. You know, like the general conversation of a large group, kind of like talking and amongst themselves. They are not speaking in any kind of common.
No one recognizes the speech.
If it matters, I've got an extra language or two. Got no, oddly enough.
I'll slink off into the woods off to the side of the trail, set my backpack down.
Wampus is going to stay at the back.
Yeah, I'm going. I hopefully learned my lesson about getting upfront and personal with these things, and I'm going to again step off the trail, step behind a tree, and string my bow.
I'm assuming I still have Blood Whisper, yes?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming that Blood Whisper is telling me that he's hungry, right? So
Oh yeah, yeah. You've been here a couple of days without
yeah. So I'll draw Blood Whisper and just sort of stand in the center of the path.
Okay.
Klitak does hide as well.
Okay. Yeah. Sir Rickon will stand with you, Ox, and Fitzhugh hides in the bushes.
That's going to cost him a silver piece.
All you can see is his that helm sticking above some of the trees, some of the brush.
Yeah.
Coming up the road are Breggles, which are basically goat people.
Nice.
They don't seem to have any affiliation, as in a house crest or whatever. And as soon as they kind of come into view, Sir Rickon draws his sword, and there is a line. There's obviously one kind of leading them, but there's a line that goes back around the bend, and you can hear them. There at least sounds to be like 24 of them coming, carrying wooden shields and spears and short swords.
Oh, they are armed. Okay.
Two
Yeah, I was
dozen
wondering
of them.
why he was suddenly gung ho, but yeah, if they're armed, then yeah, already a problem.
How large are they?
They're about 5.5 feet tall. They have little small nubs. That's why they're called. These are short-horned Breggles. The ones who have longer horns are the noble class. This is more of the lower classes.
I have an idea for avoiding them, but it requires getting off the road.
Were you saying this too?
Well, I'm in the middle of the road with Ox,
Okay.
with Ox and Sir Rickon.
Okay.
All right, what's your plan, Slee?
We get off. I throw up an illusion that is of the forest, like every other tree, but not with us in it. And they walk right by.
Blood Whisper is hungry. All right. I'll turn to Rickon and I'll kind of gesture to him. What do you think?
Yes. He kind of looks and sees how many deep they are. It says
24.
this might be a good idea.
All right. I'll follow Slee to the side of the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go into the same side that Jeremiah slunk off to and that other people did.
Okay.
And Wampus starts chanting and moving his hands, and what doesn't, you just kind of you don't see, it doesn't, to us it doesn't seem like we'd see anything. Like we still see the road, but like a one-way mirror. So as they go past, they see the forest without figures standing in it.
Okay.
So you're essentially putting up backdrop,
Yes,
except in this case it's a forward drop.
exactly.
All right. So I'm going to give them. So they have to roll against save versus spells, right?
They do.
I'm not going to roll the amount of for each Breggle because we don't have that much time. So I'm going to make 4 rolls. So here's the first 2, 10 and 11. The first group, a wave line just goes. They kind of look. They thought they saw something. They weren't sure, and they just keep moving forward. And then the next group goes by. A natural 1. So yeah, they're too focused on what's going on. They all kind of ignore you, and the illusion works. You count. If you were to count them all, there were 29.
Oh wow.
And they just continue marching up the path.
So afterwards, Sybil is going to say, I don't know the local politics. Are they aligned with the Crookhorns or with somebody we don't want to deal with? I don't understand.
So Rickon says, I don't know. They had no house affiliation. So my fear is that maybe they are aligned with Snark Scorn, or they may be hopefully not headed to Prigwort, thinking that there's an opportunity there.
But in general, the goatmen, Breggles you call them, are not necessarily evil. They're
No,
just
they're
like
not.
everybody else. Okay.
Correct. Depends on what lord they serve.
Should we go warn the people of Prigwort, or should we continue on towards the well? I mean, if the 29 are headed,
I think that's a significant chunk, but I think the city guard could take care of them.
Prigwort can take care of itself.
The Order of Saint Sedge should handle those. So they may have a lot of numbers, but they are not strong fighters. And once they realize that the town has not been overrun, probably turn and flee.
Yeah, that's not enough to take over the town.
well, then why would they be headed there?
Maybe they're unaware of what happened at Prigwort.
Yeah.
Maybe they were given the word that Prigwort was going to be attacked, and the Crookhorns were going to take charge. They haven't gotten the word that attack failed.
Or,
It's only
You
been a
never
couple of
know.
weeks since that attack, right? It's not even been 2 weeks, has it?
well, you never know. Maybe they're going to pledge allegiance to, what's the man's name? The Earl of Yellow?
Yeah.
I mean, they may be going to pledge allegiance to John Tord.
Yeah. He does have horns now, after all.
Right.
It's technically been like 4 days.
Oh, it's not even a week
No.
since the invasion of, okay, yeah. Yeah, so they were probably part of the, here, come on in and help with the occupation.
Man, are they going to be surprised when it looks like one of their own is taken charge?
That is an interesting point as to how they're going to react to the new horny guy.
Paul, give me a D6 roll.
6?
So about an hour passes, and it has gotten dark, and it's time to camp. Kind of a heavy wooded forest. You hear croaking frogs and creeping toads.
Oh, if I hear frogs, I am going out and I am hunting frogs.
Okay.
You're really going all in on this, aren't you?
It triggers something in my belly, and I cannot resist it. And I go frog hunting.
Okay, so it is time to do some camping for the evening, and we need somebody to do the fire, which is basically an int roll. It doesn't mean you can't start a fire. It just means that if you do not roll under your intelligence, the fire just isn't very good.
I mean, Wampus has a 17 intelligence.
There we go.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Wampus is all about the fires.
he started a few in his day.
Thinking more like, Wampus takes the fire and jazzes it up with a little, illusion to make it even more impressive or something.
He would, except he can only use his illusions twice a day. So he would hate to, in case there's something that happens later, he kind of sets it up and builds it and throws some jazz hands at it.
Throw some jazz hands at
Yeah,
it.
like he builds it, he's like, and it just wiggles a little bit. You can't tell if it's the fire or if he's actually doing anything because he's an illusionist.
All right, the next is cooking, and obviously Karn's not here to cook his bland food, so who's going to do the cooking? That is a wisdom check.
Completely average.
Jeremiah's wisdom is 10.
Ox has a 12.
There we go.
That's reasonable.
All right, Ox, it's time to do some cooking, so roll under that wisdom.
18, which is
Okay.
way over. Yeah.
Failed like a mother.
Yep.
Yeah, so tell me, it's edible, but tell me how this turns out, whatever you're trying to cook.
Sure. So Ox actually, taking a note from Jeremiah, goes out to try to find some of those frogs. Unfortunately, half of them end up undercooked and half of them end up just charred, burnt mess. Ox is not very good at cooking over an open fire. So, gentlemen, eat up the sumptuous feast of amphibian. Didn't turn out that well. We should have. Wait, I think I should have saved some of the Should have saved some of that crab from earlier, but yeah, frog it is.
All right. And now it's the charisma check for camaraderie.
Good.
All right. I'm stepping out. Sybil's
Oh, boy.
stepping out.
Oh, no.
And she's got a tale to tell indeed.
Oh,
He is
boy.
going to laud the actions of Jeremiah, who has gone down to hell, and she's going to tell the tale of Jeremiah and her escaping hell, although truly she was not supposed to be there because her soul was sworn previously to Imhotep, the architect, so she wasn't supposed to be here. But nevertheless, the wonderful paladin Jeremiah came down to hell and helped us escape, although we had to do, we couldn't simply talk our way out. We had to perform a service, and so she goes on and on and on. She goes on and on and on and on all about all of this, and I roll a 5, which is well under my charisma. So
Okay. Yes.
all-
It's a great tale. Everybody it distracts them from the frog legs.
So I actually have a serious question, right? So Jeremiah, you are an otter not by choice? Like you're not a druid, you're a paladin?
Okay, so Jeremiah was a thief who was picked up as a possible henchman, basically, for the paladin Karn Stone. He fell under his teachings. Karn left him behind in Prigwort while the rest of the group went out doing things. And then we had to play characters back in Prigwort, so I played Jeremiah. Jeremiah started coming into his own, got up to be a level 2 paladin, was off on an adventure, went down to hell with Sybil, and was transformed by a curse where he could see in the dark, but the sunlight was going to hurt, and some other things that were changing this form. That's where Sybil got the beak nose like a bird.
Right.
And I was making a couple of jokes about being turned into an otter.
Right.
And so Cuthbert offered me as we were coming back out of hell because I'd done the things I'd done, Cuthbert offered me the ability to maybe just completely turn into an otter. So I turned into an otter.
All right. Okay.
And became a druid for Cuthbert.
Cuthbert turned you into an otter.
Well, sort of took the transformation that was a curse and morphed it into an otter, I guess.
And you're still loyal to say Cuthbert even after he turned you into an otter. Like,
well, no. It was a curse in hell.
Okay.
It was actually a healing potion. It was actually the healing potion that they gave you in hell, and it caused a mutation.
A mutation, yeah.
And you still have one dose of that healing potion, which will automatically cause a mutation.
Yeah. So I was making jokes during the game about I'm turned into a frickin' otter. And basically Peter said, well, you can turn into an otter if you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yep.
So we just called it a transformation that was blessed by Cuthbert. So yeah.
All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to I just
no,
needed
it's okay. It's a
I
lot
just needed
to catch
clarification.
Up with.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot to catch up with.
We are damn well saving the last of that healing potion because it's not just a healing potion. If you give it to a just dead person, they come back.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. So you're doing that the evening. There's a couple travelers that come up the road. So you're off the road. There's a couple travelers with a cart that go by. They have a lantern. Looks to be 4 of them. Unless you want to stop them and talk to them, they will just go by ahead. They're heading north to Prigwort.
Mention the whatever the goat creatures were. I forget their name.
Braggle.
The Braggle along the way.
So yeah, they appreciate that. They have a conversation, and they turn around and going back south. All right, how are you going to do the watch? We'll do the watch, and then when we get to the next day, we'll cut it. Who's got the watch for this evening?
Clintock will take first watch. That way he can sleep through the night.
Okay, Clintock's first.
I think I'd take the last. Jeremiah would take the last watch because he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning anyway. And when he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, while he's taking watch, he's going to be foraging for mistletoe.
All right.
So you're doing that, or is that actually part of the system?
As a druid, he's got to find his holy symbol, which is a sprig of mistletoe, which the character must harvest. So
Okay.
while he's traveling through the Dolmen Wood, he's always on the lookout for it.
All right. So who's after Clintock?
How many watch
What?
slots are there?
I would say, 8 hours? So there could be 4, 2 hours each, or
I'll be after Clintock.
While we were walking down the road, Fitzhugh told me that he was going to take my watch. So
yeah, Fitzhugh will do that. He will take the third watch.
But did he pay you for the privilege?
no, but he owes me. So, and I'm just adding this to the
His tab.
Yeah.
All right, Clintock, give me a D6 roll.
1.
Roll a D20.
18.
All right.
So you guys are getting ready to bed. You roll, go to bed. And Clintock, you're there in the wood. It's fairly quiet. But this would probably be like when you guys were like cooking, getting your stuff together, those travelers came by. So you sent them away.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden you hear this noise going through the forest, like trumping. And running right through the camp is some kind of like wild hog that glows like indigo color and runs right through the camp like fast, like barrels right past you. Like this sucker is probably like 700-pound hog.
Giant. Yeah.
And then you also hear like a horn, and you hear a bunch of like howls and barks, like there's a bunch of
Pack of dogs. Of
some kind of hounds or something are coming
Yeah.
to following the hog.
No. It's the wild hunt. Oh, no, it's the wild hunt. Quickly. The best thing to do. Oh, none of my charms are that powerful. The best thing to do is to gather flowers. If you give them flowers and they accept them, they are obliged to leave you alone for the day. We must gather flowers. And like looks around and is desperately looking for wildflowers in the local area.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, her flake is coming out. You hit the wild hunt button, and the flower thing is a very old, odd Gaelic tradition with the Fae.
I mean, I have been hunting for mistletoe.
Mistletoe has flowers sometimes, but no, she's looking for flowers, any sort of flower, because, she feels it's the only way to save herself from the wild hunt.
Clintock is going to try and find some place to hide.
Okay. I mean, everybody's woken up by this. Like the horn wakes you up. Like maybe that wild hog woke you up or whatever.
Ox is just nonchalantly donning his armor and putting his boots on. Sort of, what's the ruckus? What's the ruckus, chaps?
Have I found any mistletoe, and did it have flowers?
Give me a D6 roll.
4.
Yeah, you can forage. Yeah, you find a couple flowers.
I hand them over to Sybil and go, well, I've got a couple of flowers here.
Oh, bless you. You must present the flowers without arms. But if they accept them, they have accepted guest rights and may not harm you unless you harm them for a day.
Without arms?
Without weapons.
Okay, so you don't want me to cut my arms off? So I hand Sybil all my weapons, and I grab a hold of the mistletoe and wait.
All right.
She is not going to look for them, but she's going to find her back to a tree that's sort of off the path that the boar taken, and she's got flowers out in front of her, just
Yeah, only you're armed, right?
Well, she said it wrong. It's you can't have them in your hand. You can't threaten them and at the same time use the gift of flowers. So
well, so I can like doff my arms or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. You can't threaten them at the same time you're doing the gift of flowers. That doesn't work.
So I'll lean my spear shillelagh thing up against the tree. My dagger is sheathed. My sling is at my waist side.
So there's about 10 of these. They look like Irish deerhounds, wolfhounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what those look like?
Yep.
And they come racing through the campsite, just jumping over you, around you, focused on that wild hog.
Oh, puppy.
Oh, great.
I send my bird up into the branches.
Okay, good.
I mean, Wampus is gonna just kind of move, basically move out of sight by towards the edge of camp, being protected by a tree to not get trampled.
Okay.
You would do that before the dogs came in and after the boar ran through.
Okay.
And Ox is still sitting on his bedroll, half dazed, still kind of half asleep, wiping the sleep away and donning his armor. I just imagine the wolfhounds are jumping over me, around me.
Yeah, they
Not
are.
just oblivious. Yeah.
Then you see three elves come walking through very slowly, carrying staffs with like long cloaks. Their eyes they look pearlescent without pupils. When you get close to the fire, you see them in the light. They just kind of look around at you, kind of walk through the campsite.
They went that way.
Would
They
you like
nod.
a flower?
They look at you and turn away and keep walking. And you see one of them pick up that horn again and blow it. Fitzhugh just like jumps out of his bedroll as that horn goes off. What's going on?
You owe me another silver piece, Fitzhugh.
He grabs his helm. It's like, I'm ready.
Yeah, sure you are.
And then following behind them, coming out, is an elf in full armor, walking very gracefully with like holly and ivy all over his armor, carrying a long sword. Got one of those horns by his side. He looks at kind of all of you and then looks over at Sybil. Do you have the flower? You guys have the flower?
If he looks to her, he will go down on one knee, and I offer you flowers.
You respect the hunt. And he takes your flower and kind of puts it on his armor in the ivy and holly. And he goes over to Jeremiah as well and does the same thing.
Forest provides.
With this respect, you shall partake in our feast.
Oh.
And he blows the horn, and it like feels like it shakes the entire forest and the ground.
Did he say disrespect?
With disrespect.
With disrespect. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
My rock is yours.
So he keeps he walks by. He has a certain presence about him, and he continues into the wood and kind of vanishes. You can hear the horn for a while, and the dogs barking. Paul, give me a D6 roll.
Who?
Roll D20.
10.
You guys get back to sleep. Everybody, give me a con. Yeah, give me a roll under your con. You can, whatever your con score is, add 2 to it before you roll.
I'm gonna use a hustle
Okay.
point.
Oh, that's right. You do have that's right, Bill. You have a hustle point, which means free reroll. If you don't use a hustle point, it's worth experience.
Pass.
Yeah. One. Okay.
Okay.
Motherfucking one.
I passed.
11 for me. I passed.
Okay. So everybody gets a good night's sleep, regardless of the interruption from the wild hunt, which you absolutely called because that's what it was.
I've got a con of 6.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Like rolling under my con's always a good thing.
Okay, that's why you were celebrating. I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I forgot his con was shit.
Like, I should have never been a paladin, right?
Seriously, wisdom 10 and constitution 6?
Oh, no. Even better. My charisma, Jeremiah's charisma is 3. This was an NPC that Peter had rolled up that turned
Yes.
into my retainer.
Nice.
Yeah, we asked Peter about, you're supposed to have X charisma to be a paladin. And he's like, whatever, roll with it.
Jeremiah is
Yeah.
13, 12, 10, 10, 6, 3. He is very, very less than mediocre. So he's grateful just to be alive and to be free. And so these things that are happening to him are just like, okay, whatever. I'm still here.
So everybody, you have slept. So everybody, give me a D6 roll. 4. I'm
Three.
looking for a 1 or a 2.
Nope. 5.
Okay, so you have a restful sleep. You will. So Jeremiah, you are the last one on watch as the sun begins to break its way through the trees here. For a while, you do not hear that horn or anything.
I'm making tea and coffee for everybody in the morning.
It's blustery and drizzly on the 26th day at Simswald, and you hear footfalls coming towards the campsite. And all of a sudden, you see those deerhounds and those elves and that one elf, and dragging behind it. What they're dragging behind is a large hog, and the elves proceed to walk over to the fire and make like a spit, and they throw what looks like some kind of dust or something out of a pouch, and the fire just goes, and they stick the pig on the spit.
Yeah.
And he says, "Friends, we shall dine." And that's a good place to stop.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's interesting that Sybil panics about all sorts of things, only to have it come out real this time. I was like, what? That wasn't just role play? It worked? Okay. Cool.
Well, and Jeremiah's like, that trip to hell sort of built that, camaraderie between the two of them. So Jeremiah's like, oh, well, Sybil knows what she's talking about. If it's not about religion, if it's about these spirit things, he's like, oh, yeah.
I think we'll probably pick it up with this group next time as you guys are making your way to the, Lankshorn and then to the well. Yeah, I didn't mean for you guys to hang around till the coronation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that the abbot got married.
Nice. That was pretty fun.
And no combat. I mean, you had a chance to fight 29 Bregals, but
Hey, I was down for it.
I know you were.
But avoiding the Bragles is the same thing as fighting the Bragles when it comes to XP.
And I was thinking about the fireball, but that's Felix. Felix has got the sword that shoots fireballs. So yeah, okay, all right.
I mean, even if they were like 1 hit point or 2 hit points or something, it still would have been
a shit ton of them.
Yeah,
a lot of them, and like also that means that there's a lot of potential hits on you.
Yeah. Because it was 3d10 and I rolled 29. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that would have been shit.
And I figured I'd have Sir Rickon go with you just because he would know the way, and it would make sense for somebody who knows the Dolmenwood to accompany you. Not and fits you Dingport, which of course you rolled, you change clothes with another person. I was like, well, and then Ox got the drinking one where you're still in the drinking contest, and I was like, I got to figure out who in town it would make sense. I was like, fits you. Maybe that makes sense. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. The next game is going to be the 26th. If you can make it, that'd be great.
Should be fine.
Should be good.
Bill, good to see you again. Hope you're doing all right.
I will be on time this time. So
you're fine. You were on time. So
all right. Have a good night.
All right, guys. Take care.
You're not early. You're late.
Let's go. Let's go.